Hey everyone, and welcome to the DreamHack Atlanta NA Open Qualifier number 2. Probably should have had this on here. And we will see what we got here on the bracket. Brackets live. It's just what I have to do, guys. I figured it would be less disruptive, so you guys are throwing your channel points away if you're using them. It's just to let you know. Subs will go through and stuff. See if we get some good matches today. We're on Hopium for order some stuff. We got all sorts of players here. Hope versus Up a Tree. Oh, I think I know who we're getting. We're going to get my boy Hope. Oh, this is funny. Welcome, guys. Music may be a little too loud. Yeah, we are on a different scene, so you know what? Don't worry. Yeah, it is way too loud. Sorry about that. It's not going to be on through all this. It's not going to be in the VOD, so that's the important part. So we're going to get Acheron's lobby. Our boy Acheron. All right, we're going to get Flood versus Acheron. I'm not doing this stuff to be mad at you guys. What up, guys? And the music stops. And the game sounds begin. Wait. All right, it's Flood versus Acheron. You guys know Mr. Acheron from chat. Acheroni looks like. He's basically Kirktown from... Licensed to Keck. I'm doing all right. We're doing. Little hungry. Had a late start and had to... got roped up into a few things earlier. So, how are you guys doing, chat? I'm sorry that all the fun stuff is not... I gotta go on TL.net. Not active just yet. And here we go. This is a team versus team one. And here we are. Going into our first series. Hopium that this works correctly. All right. And spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire. Representing a license to Keck. I mean, license to kill. I'm just kidding. In the teal, it is Acheron. Who went by Aquarium, and ironically, in the bottom right. And let's fix this up too, by the way. It's Flood, also from License to Kill. It is a PVZ on a rather large, rather memey map. And let's see what we got now. Looks like a standard opener from both players, really. Acheron going for a gas first is a little different, but maybe he was a little nervous and floating a bit. Everything's going to mostly check out in a non-12 pool game. Welcome, everybody. And, you know, it's going to be a little different. I do have the sub stuff on after all. Hopefully it all pans out. But aside from that, again, no TTS and stuff. We're just in the openers here. Standard 16 hatch opener. Gas. Pool and all that stuff. Now, up a tree. I wanted to catch him. He got me going in, but I figured we have either up a tree Hope, a good buddy of mine, Slip Jip, or Acheron was where I was starting. We're going to be a little biased in just whom we picked. Because, you know, a lot of people aren't going to jump on those guys. But I, having some choice in front of us. We have Yuri, too. A lot of people, good friends of mine. A lot of great players, but you know how I like to do it. We like to do it with the fam that's regularly here. But we got a lot of friendos. You know how it is. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Flood looking like he's playing pretty standard, too. Acheron probably going to go for a Stargate opener, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just starting out, so nothing too exciting, but happy to see you all starting to come here as we have our first games. It's going to be a Twilight opener from Acheron. Interesting. Wondering if he's going to go into Glaives or what. Knowing Acheron, it could be a lot of stuff. He's got some good builds up his sleeve. Yeah, just standard third hatch. And Acheron not really going out on the map yet. Looks like it could be DTs or it could be... Yeah, this actually looks like it could potentially be a DT opener or a Blink opener. Or just the Mortal Archon charge, because he is going for a Stalker follow-up. Adept on the ramp to take care of any Lings. Funnily enough, no real pressure from the Lings. No scouting from Flood. That's the interesting thing. He just has the Overlord on the pillar, which it's not really a pillar here, so it is going to take a few shots beforehand. Robo follow-up, so you know what that is. This looks like a Dark Templar opener from Acheron. It is just that. Dark Shrine going down after the Robo. Perfect timing. He is going to go for the... That's the full opener. Does have a lazy probe for a moment, and Wow. Actually, interestingly enough, no, it is the 4 gates. Is going to go back to gas mining. Warp Prism coming out. This is actually a very clutch timing from Akron. No layers starting just yet. We'll see. Link speed going to pop. And yeah. We don't have the start on the layer from Mr. Zorgy Zorg. So Akron not going for third just yet. Double gas saturating. How you doing, King Stark, Duck Cuddler, Veteran Gamer, and everybody? This is the DreamHack Masters Atlanta Open Qualifiers number 2. I can't believe I missed number 1. This is the first one I've done to date. Akron going out with the Warp Prism. Look at this clutch timing. I really preferred if he'd go right into the main. If Akron went right over to the main with this, it'd be a little better in my opinion. Instead, he's going to tip his hat. He's scouting with the Prism and going for the third. You could just go for the main. This is like 3 queens. I don't understand why people do this. It is good to catch some kills, but the Spore is going to be out. And guess what? It's going to be defended. Like, he's forcing himself into an Archon drop, but there was nothing in defense. He could have killed. Got in and got main territory. War Prism coming out. Nice micro, though. But he is going to... Yeah, he's putting that Prism in jeopardy. He's going to make Archons right here behind this. The Forge going down. Pretty standard stuff, but there's no... When you're playing it this heavy, you're not taking a third base as early. So he's got a 5-minute third. 4 drones did fall. Total, nothing straight. Oh, and a queen. So 4 drones, 3 lings, and a queen. Not bad catches, but again, he could have went right into this with the layer, and there's going to be a lot of links. So it's just 2 Archons. We don't see like a charge follow-up or anything just yet. What other units do we have? Nothing. Just the Stalker and the Adept did shade out somewhere in the mix of this. Oh, if he gets some queens, though, this could be kind of nice, and some drones. Roaches are already out. He is going to target fire the queens. And try to get some damage here. Get a micro around this, but does take some Spore damage. Or Zerg player pressuring heavily the third base. And you know what? The shield battery's not being microed to save the pylon. Doesn't matter. He gets the heck out of there. So far, Zerg... What has our Zerg killed? A probe and an Adept. That's actually going pretty well for Akron. He's going to get an Overlord. Keep being annoying with the Prism. And it's looking pretty good for him. He is going, his opponent going into ranged attacks. Galil Reconstitution, focusing on the Roaches. Akron getting an Immortal out, 2 more gates, and charge. Needs to be ever present on the map. He is going to do so. Going to catch some Overlords where he can. Find some units, be annoying. Try to keep his opponent on the other side of the map. But meanwhile, the Lings breaking the rocks for a Roach Assault. After which... that being said, more Overlords in production as Akron's done a good job cleaning them up here. Missing the Protoss life. Nice, King Stark. Well, Akron is a pretty good... There's a lot of guys that are really afraid and doubtful. He thinks he's going to get absolutely bodied by Flood, who's a really good player. We got 3 Archons out. We're going to see another DT for 4 Archons. Actually, and some Zealots coming out. Charge is on the way. An Immortal going to pop. So it's going to be 3 Immortals, I believe. Yep, 3 Immortals. And that's actually a pretty good army. He's going to go for an Immortal Archon. Charge a lot push. Oh, there are units in the wall, so the Lings are not going to be able to breach it. Would like to see a shield battery come down just in case, because we're starting to get up to that higher drone count where it's not a 66 drone timing attack. Our Zerg player just macroed up here. So Akron needs to keep the pressure on, put the pressure on rather. Does have +1 ground weapons, mind you, so our Zerg player is going to have it finish up just here for ranged attacks. But still, this army's pretty strong. It's just going to be relying on what fights what. Zealots obviously don't do the greatest against. Oh, War Prism falls, partially because of the damage it took earlier, which is why it's important to use the build just right. There is an Overseer with this, so DT is not going to be... Probably not a good idea to take him into the fight. Probably should have morphed him into yet another Archon, because these are the power units of the Protoss. 1 sentry does fall. Akron actually taking a pretty good fight. Is losing some Archons. And he is going to pressure the hell out of this 4th base. He's losing a lot of units, though. He's fighting on creep, and that's a bit of a problem. He's going to try to recall, losing the War Prism. That wasn't the greatest fight. Would like to see... It is tough with 1 Robo. He's going to do a Templar Archives. Would like to see +2... Wherever the hell the Forge is. ground weapons coming for Acheron, but he's not. He's going to do a Templar Archives. There's a lot of people playing like this these days. He's not taking a fourth either, which I guess he doesn't have to, but certainly makes things a little better. Not going into Blink, he's just getting Immortals and Archons. And Immortal Archon charge that exclusively. No Blink. It is the standard follow-up to this, but I kind of would have liked to seen a Blink follow-up or a Disruptor follow-up to this. Which can be tough against an opponent that can split well. Acheron losing static defense before it's even formed. One Zergling, just gonna get taken out, so Acheron's gonna try to pressure this. Meanwhile, with all these biles going on, there is a Warp Prism on the other side with DT, so is he gonna try to go to the main? The main's pretty undefended. If Acheron keeps playing the defense game here, he can get some counter damage. Overseer is out, however, and Acheron is gonna, he's gonna force the army to go back up here as the assault continues on his third base. Would like to see a third come down for Acheron. He's going into Storm. Beautiful force field, but the biles are kind of forced to intercept. Acheron looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. Battery overcharge is activated, but just not a lot of units here that can really do much. We got hot air balloons coming out from the Protoss player. And DT's doing some work here. Acheron's not paying attention. He's throwing away some expensive units, only saving one Dark Templar. Trades looking pretty good for our Zerg player, actually. Protoss is usually going to be ahead when you snipe the base and everything, but I don't think the DT assault over there... Yeah, it probably could have been a little better with Archon. Still, no fourth base for Acheron. His Zerg opponent is taking a fifth, resaturating, getting his base back up, and a sixth base behind us. Acheron's like stuck on a timing attack that I think he's had to hold, but needs to try to get something out. Okay, is this now setting up for a fourth base at quite a late time? He's forgotten. Okay, he did get +2. Would like to see him continue the upgrade. Changeling, gonna scout this out. Acheron notices the Changeling. He's going to go after it. Zerg army posturing out to the east. He knows it's there. The Changeling scouted. The army's out of position to defend. Acheron is not going to be able to defend his base. Yeah, he's going to lose everything potentially. Acheron, are you going to cancel? No cancel? Oh my goodness. I don't know what he was looking at, but that certainly could have been a cancel. Unfortunately, he was not paying attention for a moment and lost it all. Those are some devastating losses for a Protoss player. Flood is looking fantastic. It's going to be a charge lot DT run by pressure this base. Actually, I wouldn't have hated it if he just went toward that after, but he's going to go right in for it, into Roaches. Man, very unlucky. Very unlucky stuff for Acheron. And man, Banes with centrifugal hooks. We do have +1 melee attacks. +2 on the way and an infestation pit. This is going to be rough for Acheron, who's lost all his workers on his third base, trying to keep his fourth alive. How is he going to produce? His economy's starting to burn away at 2 of the bases. He had a perfect opportunity to kill his base before, but did not choose to do so. He could have at least got some damage earlier and finished the job just now. So I guess his only thought is he has to go all in, commit. Or he knows he has to get damage done, but it's going to be harder and harder. The army supply in favor of Flood. Acheron not in a horrible spot. For a moment, he has a brief opportunity. Oh, the Storm's not the greatest, but he does connect some, killing a bunch of the Banelings. Beyond has one more available. Storms the Lings and the Roaches on the side. Kind of a tough call, but he had to put some pressure on Acheron. Down to no army supply. He knows the GG, and Flood takes game number 1 of the series. Welcome, everybody. And this is our first series. Okay. right, waiting for game number 2. All right, what's going on here at the bracket? Let's take a look. He's been a move, Mr. Green. That he has. Acheron was into fitness. Green, he was doing the couple. All right, everybody, on to game number 2. Can Acheron come back? We shall see, folks. We shall see in the next game in this series. Bear with me. I hate when that happens. Spotting in the upper right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice in the blue from License to Kill. It is Flood, our Zerg player, and his opponent in the bottom left. In the teal, also from License to Kill, it is Acheron. Let's see what these guys are up to. It's an earlier probe from Acheron. I don't think he's going to Cannon Rush. I think he's just going to try to force a third base hatchery. Yeah, he's... okay. We don't see a drone coming down just yet, and I think this will make it just in time. Wait, what? He's sending 2 probes across? Oh, this is going to be cheese from Acheron. There's no forge? Oh no, never mind. He was checking for... Oh, Acheron's nervous. Poor guy. He does force the third hatch at 3 o'clock. So that's going to be quite annoying for Flood. Well, hello there. Birthday boy, Mr. Green. It's still his birthday, Chad. Give Mr. Green a happy birthday. Sorry about that, by the way, Green. Give Mr. Green the biggest of happiest birthdays. He's 21 years old. Our boy from Denmark. Alrighty, Nexus going down. Pretty standard time stuff. Couple mistakes from Acheron, but you can see the nerves there a little bit. That was a little unfortunate too with the probe pathing. He's trying to do 3 probes at the same time, macro and get vision and etc, etc, etc. He's going to keep ever-present onto the Nat, which obviously will be the third, but realistically, I think he could have hit it for a minute and just went back after. Alpha Kenny 1. Yes, the memes are real. That was beautiful stuff, Duck Cuddler. And Sibajon, Sondo, Green, Duck Cuddler, Gene Sim, this veteran gamer, everybody, hello. We're just in the start of this. Let's see what happens here. Acheron's certain to lose his probe. Wouldn't hate for him to mineral walk the heck out of there now. He's 100% going to lose it and not get the it's a little delayed hatch as it is, so I think he was just annoying enough, but I think this probe will potentially fall. It is going to be a Twilight opener again. I wonder if he's going to go for the same build again. That'd be funny. Let's take a look at our gas saturation of our Protoss player. Eventually, he might pull off, and then we'll know it's a Resonating Glaives. Predictions? We could do that. I am not going to do so because I'm going to be covering this. So I leave it up to you guys as capable hands. Mods, so that's alright. Stalker is going to get some pressure onto the Overlord, but it will make its way to the Pervert Pillar. As Mr. Pig calls it. the perviest of pillars. Metabolic Boost going to finish for our Zerg player pretty soon, but it is going to be a Resonating Glaive build. He did pull off of gas on the Protoss side. So yeah, it is going to be 4-gate. Is he going all in more or less? Yeah, we're going for more of an all in or very committed push from Acheron. Resonating Glaives with a kind of going off meta at least. Wait a minute. Is he going 5-gate? Whoa. Yeah, this is interesting. He's actually going 5-gate Glaive and hasn't produced any other units yet. So he wants to pop more out after. Kind of psyching this out. And the Overlord Scout. There hasn't been a real true scout here for our Zerg player. In this check to tech for sure. He's expecting something Twilight possibly, but even then an Oracle could come out now. Zerg posturing out trying to deny a third base if there was one to be expected. Still very tight for Acheron, though not at the numbers of Adepts. This is a little bit of a debate. With the 2 extra gateways, he can pump out some more units a little quicker. Lings are not going to scout this though. Overlord's not going to scout this though. Acheron has the Stalker in the wall. And he's going to push right out this 1 Ling, and the Creep Tomb are going to scout it. But this is around the time. A few less Adepts than normally, but right now it's going to be the Warpin. He's going for it. We don't have a Roach. This is 20 Lings out, which is pretty good. But there's no Roach Warren out. So, oh, actually, I say that and there's Roaches in production. I've been paying too much attention to our Protoss player. Funnily enough, the Roach Warren's already there. Queen's in defense. But that's so many Adepts. He can actually get some good value. But the 6 Roaches are going to be a problem. Wouldn't hate to see an Immortal come out behind this on the back foot. Just in case. Wait, he doesn't know there's Roaches yet. But my God, these Adepts are putting pressure on these Queens. Yeah, actually could just say hell with the shade, and he is. He's going to put pressure on his base. 5 workers going down. Catching some good value on the Queens. This is enough to start taking out Roaches, actually. But Roaches are starting to come en masse. And yeah, he's going to continue over here. It's got a lot of Lings and a lot of Roaches, though. The Adept's going to get surrounded, but there's some reinforcements following up behind this. This is kind of a weird fight. The whole point is to kill the worker count and then continue on Acheron building a pylon behind this. Oh, no, that's a full surround. He's going to clean up some of this, though. And he's going to make his way into the main, which is undefended. No drone pull just yet. Acheron a little out of position. GG is called, and he takes game number 2. Let's fucking go. Man, oh man, this is some good stuff. A little bit of lag here. I'm going to get rid of something. I am going to get rid of something. Now I'm remembering why I had some issues on this before, and it's no big shake, but rather now than later on. There are a lot of video files on this. Not like a lot, but didn't think it'd be that much of an issue, but now that we're in game, I got it. We got it, fam. We all set. That was actually worked out quite well for Acheron. He didn't need to do what I said. He actually caught his opponent off guard pretty well. Got a lot of queen damage. Got a lot of he got a lot of damage done in general, and we're on to a game number 3 of this series. Congrats to Acheron for game number 2. He just thought he'd be clean sweep. He was nervous. See what happens. Anything's possible. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data C in the blue. Our license to kill Zorgy Zorg. It is Flood. And his opponent in the upper right rather. Also from License to Keck. It's Acheron. Not Map Acheron. Not Aquarium. His name starts with an A, and we can say it all day. It's another PVZ in game number 3. Someone has been reading too much Dr. Seuss today, alright? Just kidding. And here we are. Probe going to go out again, being annoying. Patrol pathing, force out. He's not even going to. he was gonna go double. That would have been quite cheeky if he delayed that too. But still, I think it works out a little better for the third base, for the long distance mining, etc., etc. Curious to see what both these guys do. Pretty standard opener from Flood again, and Acheron again. Welcome, Magic Turtle. Oh, and the spray is down. Ah, too funny. What? All right, open prediction. I can close that out. That was my bad. Oh no, you guys can do that. You said it. Thank you, Magic Turtle. What up, buddy? Oh my gosh, it's the double spray, and there were 2 drones there. These guys are having a good time here in chat. Look at this. You stack the sprays. 2 teammates having fun. Blood laughing, Acheron laughing. Maybe it was a misclick. Alrighty. And here we are. The probes in the probe and the Link standoff isn't going to force much of a delay on the hatch at all. He already got his value in. Acheron shouldn't be too greedy. He's going to lose his probe. Oh, you should have just went back home. That is 100%. Oh, rest in pepperonis, Mr. Probe. Rest in pepperoni pizza. Again, oh, it's a Stargate opener this time for Acheron. We are going to have yet another build. 3 games with different builds. Dave, get off the Seuss. Big and true. Overlord going to take some damage. And yeah. All right. So it is going to be an Oracle opener. Potentially the hero build. Let's see what happens for Acheron. Going to set up his second gate. We don't see a super cheeky early third base started yet. We'll see what happens here. Let's take a look at the probe pathing. He could still do it. Anything under sub 4 minutes is pretty early. Things going to chase around. We'll see what happens here. Oracle going out. It is scouted by our Zurich player. Adept posturing over here. Acheron looks like he is setting up to take his third base. Going to send the probe. Adept Shade going to be there. Ling actually... Look at the timing from these guys, though. Pretty good stuff. Acheron does catch a couple... Ooh, catches 1 probe. Beautiful Spore Crawler from Flood. Is going to go in a little daringly and try to find some value, but has a bit of missed target fire. He's taking too much damage. He has to be careful. These 2 queens going to go to intercept. There's no shield healing up here. And guess what? The Ling... somehow kill what? He forces to cancel Acheron in a bit of trouble. Where did Adept go? The Adept was killed somehow. I think he pulled the Lings all together and a Void Ray's out. Acheron now behind. Oh no, he isn't behind on money. He's gonna have a third base at a decent time. Still a couple second delay. Overlord out. Oracle gonna return home with not much energy, but it can still be used defensively. But it did take a little bit more damage than it should have, in my opinion. I do like the Forged Twilight timing. He's doing it a little differently. Everybody has their spin. That's pretty standard, but we shall see how this goes. He's only going for 1 Oracle, though. So it could be a blessing and a curse. I like this. He's going into a Robo, changing it up a bit. Just a single Oracle opener. And there is 2 base saturation. Our Zerg player, in the meantime, is going for ranged attacks again. And a layer. So, same kind of stuff. Probably immediately going to go into Glial Reconstitution, taking his second gas at his third gas at his third base, taking in main base. I like this kind of setup from a Zerg player. You see a lot of guys doing the double gas there, and it is actually, wow, he's going for all the gases and a 4th hatch. So this is something. Our Zerg player being a gassy boy. The Void Ray follow-up kind of interesting from Acheron. Maybe he's trying to hope to force out by plot twist Hydralisk and psych out Stargate. In said case, there are 4 gates finishing up here. Actually, 2 of them. The other 2 going to follow in the back foot, plus 1 ground weapons finishing, or basically halfway done with charge. So it is not going to be the hero build. It is going to be just an Oracle opener into a pretty straight game, but Acheron could eke out a quick 4th base and play Zerg style on this. I'd like to see it. He's got his own play style going here. But I think the greed toss is the way to play if you're playing gateway heavy. And he is going to posture for a 4th. Acheron is sitting up here, not producing anything else other than what is going on with the Archons. He has 400. Acheron, you're floating. He's floating. He's going to finally send the Oracle back out across the map. Would like to see the Nexus go down more. Oh no, Acheron, see? He's had the money. He was floating. Drop the... Okay, there it is. Sub 7-minute 4th base. Gotta love to see it. Probes in production. Storm coming. Glial Constitution and Muscular augments. Said in the opposite order. It is going to be Roach Hydra. And that's actually kind of something good for Acheron. He's going into Storm. He's going into charge lots. And to get a bunch of those Hydras out is kind of nice earlier. Because there's, if he can get a good Zealot Warp in, which doesn't have a huge army right now, he has to be careful. Like, the Zerg army just bodies this right now. Beautiful decision to cancel. Loses the Warp Prism from the Hydras, though. The Hydras are sniped. That wasn't going so well. He only has 1 battery to defend. A Void Ray. A very damaged Acheron. No, the Miss Micro. He fights with the very injured Archon. Void Ray sure to fall because he's not pulling it back. Okay, it's not going to just now. Zerg respecting the army. Storm is about to finish here, though. Problem is the Roaches. Ravagers and Hydras pretty vulnerable to Storm, and there's not enough energy on the High Templar. Has to be careful to save them. Battery is targeted by the Corrosive Bile, and the Hydra Roach army going to pressure onto the gases. Okay, again, there's just not a lot of Protoss units. I like some of this, but I didn't like the decision to push out. Acheron kind of tipped his hat to his opponent, and he should have some energy for Storm soon. Ling's even coming in here. Does he get a Storm off? Storms what he can, but there's no follow-up in units. Out of an anti-timing. GG. And Flood takes the game. All right, let's take a look at the bracket. Tree, Nina versus Jon Snow going on. TLO versus Lord Timorous. Antis had a walkover, so Uppatry is advanced to the round of 16 because he got a default win, as did Hope in the round of 32. 2-0 going on. Rob has taken on 2. Winner of Nina versus Jon Snow is going to go on to fight Root Rob. Foxer and Wrecker going on. And let's see how this is going. Yeah, we should be okay here. Maples just had a 2-0. Washaki versus Jason going on to fight Creature. Kozan versus Perfect Zero. Response versus a Storm Gaming duo. Yuri and Influx still going on. Okay, we're going to just catch this for the moment. It's going to be Rocker versus Boxer. Acheron hydrate. Yeah, he didn't hydrate. That's why he didn't win. And it's going to be Rocker. And the score is up 1 in favor of Rocker. If you guys saw an EPT on Monday, I did play against Foxer, so... Alright, here we are, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing License to Kill. In the green, it is Rocker. And his opponent in the upper right, it is Foxer in the red. It is a Terran and Protoss matchup. And here we are, folks. If Rocker wins, he advances on to fight. Where is this? Where is this? The winner advances to the quarterfinals already on this side of the bracket, funnily enough. So this should be pretty good. You spot a cat, Duck Cuddler? Oh, yeah, she's laying on the floor on her side. Good girl, Mitters. You okay, Mitters? She's staring at me. My cat's just laying sprawled out on the floor. Alright. Looks like a pretty standard opener from Foxer, going for the scout. Reaper wall set up for Rocker. Rocker going for a Nexus first, potentially? Is he going for a scout? Actually, funnily enough, our Protoss player not even going for a scout, going for a Nexus first before core, rather. Nexus before core. Okay, we do have a little cheeky play out of Foxer after all. Went for the scout, going for a 1-1-1. Is he going to go build that cheeky bunker behind this? Nexus first against a double gas quick Reaper. Can be a little rough. Factory already going down for our Terran player. Probe is going to keep on this SCV. But again, no scout. All right. No scout arena for, well, either player. Reaper not doing anything yet. That's pretty funny. So he's bought his opponent some time. This is going to be a stalker opener for Mr. Rocker. Let's see what's going on behind this reactor for a Terran player. CC going down a little later, of course, but the Reaper's just staying there. I don't know why he's not using the Reaper. Maybe he's going to pump out more. Yeah, he's going to pump out 2 more Reapers, go with 2 Hellions and 3 Reapers, is my assumption. Yep, 2 Reapers, 2 Hellions. Your typical 1-1-1 opener on 2 gases. And I'm guessing he might be doing what we're starting to see, which my prediction will be, it will be the meta of 2 base all-ins of different kinds. I could be wrong. Oh, and what was that mule? Little mistake made by poor Foxer. He's just going to throw away his mule to the gods. And it's not going to be. It is not going to be a 1-1-1. He's following up with another barracks. He's going 3 racks. Okay, it is a 2 more racks follow-up, so he's not rushing that starport. But let's see if I'm right. The tech lab does fall right away for the factory. Is it going to be a 2 base all-in from Foxer? Or very pressured 2 base push before stem? That's the question. Could be a lot of things. But we've been seeing more and more of that all over the place in tournaments and ladder. And wow, this target firing of the shield battery is very aggressive. The force field is pretty clutch. Sentry's not doing a lot of DPS, but you know what? They are helping against. Yeah, this helped a ton. The Sentry's actually doing God's work where normally most people would be building stalkers. The 3 sentry wall does the job. Beautifully timed 3rd base. The probe is in jeopardy, but you know what? Losing a probe for all that? Let's take a look at what was lost. Just 1 probe for our Protoss player. And he's going to allow this to go on, but the Reaper's just going to find his way up a cliff that can't get in. He's going to do the bunker trip, though, make his way a line. And Stalker going to be warped in to chase the Reaper down, however. And everything's pretty well defended behind this. Our Terran player going for it. Yeah, oh, he is going for the 3 racks push with tanks. So it's just a Marine tank push, presumably with some Marauders after, which could be pretty deadly without the starport alone. It's actually a little earlier timing. I think it's going to be around 6 minutes when everything settles, but it could be a smidge earlier Third base is down for our Protoss player. But guess what? He anticipates this. This is not a blink opener, folks. He's going into charge lots and fast +1 armor. I like this out of our Protoss player. Focusing on charge lot scouts, the push. It is a boys pull a bit. I was not wrong on the level of commitment from our Terran player. And it is going to hit earlier is the problem. Army supply not so much in favor of our Protoss. The shield batteries aren't even going to finish before then. But he does have some good tools. Charge isn't even done yet. Tank's getting in position. But as time goes on, the charge is going to be pretty good for this fight. He has to try to keep these units alive. He's going to have one battery finish. Second should. He's getting a little bit of time here from his Terran player. Charge is completed. +1 going to finish somewhere in here. Bunkers trying to go down, which are going to meet shield for the tanks for some defense. But beautiful target firing. Battery overcharge not yet used. He should be a little careful. I almost wouldn't hate Guardian Shield in this. The Stalkers do finally take out the tank. But another's joining, the bunkers finishing. The Hellion finally gets cleaned up. We're going to start seeing some charge lots warping in, some beautiful stutter stepping, even with the tank. The SCV is actually doing great damage, and both batteries falling. It's not good for a Protoss. He's not dead if he loses his base, truthfully, if he can muster up units and secure his natural. Funnily enough, he was... this is an interesting play out of Rocker, but Fox are going very aggressive, just continually pumping units at stem and combat shields. Pure Marine build. It is just charge lots. Stalkers. He's building more in terms of Stalkers. Battery overcharge pulled. Lots of protection here for the moment, but it is going to be target fired and a lot of DPS is down. It doesn't do that much in terms of protection. Marine's starting to fall. Charge lot's going to start being more impactful as the Bioforce depletes. Guess what? Tank's now more vulnerable, and even though there's fewer units on each side, I think our Protoss player can hold even at the loss of the third. Let's see how many gates he's at. He's going to have some more gates in production. There's few units, no static, but our Terran player is kind of chiseling away across the map, now getting a medevac. He does have a third CC on the way, but it ain't over. Medevac's going to be a bit of a problem, but the +2 ground armor is going to be very nice. He's going to be tanky charge lots for a while, as our Terran player does not have an eBay. He is just now getting medevacs out. Protoss being a little aggressive, trying to pick off. That's actually low committal just to send it. I think he should just send those 2 zealots. Kind of perpetually poking back for a bit. He's going to regroup, gather more. Robotics facility just coming down. Blink is the follow-up. And we are on, I believe, 8 gates. 10 gates. All right, so though he lost his third, he's at least going to have the production as soon as the economy comes in, but it is immediately going to be a drop. Non-full medevacs, but nothing really in defense. It's just Stalker, Zealots and Sentries, because that's all they could afford after the losses. 2 gases being filled up in the back foot of this Terran player. You know, just still eking out units. No concussive shell research behind this, and he is getting +1 infantry weapons just now. Is going to get a missile turret. But the drop's in the main, and nothing's there to defend. Some Zealots being warped in. He's going to have to buy some time. He may lose a gas. He may, yeah, I would like to say cancel on the pylon, but nope, he's going to let it go. And he's going to lose a lot of production. Does get a warp in before he loses 2 gate production. Cybercore is getting targeted, but enough units to fight this off. Luckily doesn't lose the core. Is immediately going to build some pylons back here, at least a pylon. And going for another gas. Fortunately, he has some units to defend a third if this is a pressure here. We do have 2 siege tanks defensively for a Terran player. Is going to switch into a reactor. Okay, so another tech lag coming up. Again, no concussive shells. This is pure Marine still. I would have liked to see that Marauder switch at some point, but I think he's fearing it. Concussive shell Marauders certainly have their place in this matchup, but our Protoss player going into a Robo Bay is very nice. Photon Cannon actually being pretty helpful. 5 workers falling for our green Protoss player. Oh my god, Caveman Jack, what up? Oh man, yeah, those were good sentry. That was some good sentry use. 1 medevac going to be cleaned up on the back foot. Another push on the side. Low committal pushes from our Terran player. But guess what? There's no units back home. A lot of, in terms of production for Protoss, but he's supply blocked for the moment. Our Terran is just now going to land his 3rd base. So I would like to see... Actually, Rocker, yeah, needs to gather up some forces. He is going to try to take a 4th. I guess in this case, I still don't hate it, because if he plays defensively, he should be able to hold now that he's going into Colossi and extended thermal lance. And actually double forged it, so he's going to start getting his ground weapons. So he's going into +3 ground armor, which is an interesting way to play. And now he's getting his ground weapons too, which is absolutely beautiful. So he does have an upgrade advantage of sorts for a little while here, because our Terran player is going into +1 armor. But he does have Widow Mines. He does have a few Marauders now. Second eBay and Armory coming down to continue the upgrade production for a Terran. Still our Protoss player leading it. Widow Mine sees everything. I think Foxer knows it. Didn't want to waste a scan. One Marine going to scout around. And I like the defense of the 4th base. Though one Marine could be annoying. I like the use of static. Actually, it's kind of not bad. From Rocker. Rocker is a very good player, but don't underestimate Foxer either. Though he's down a point. Force is increasing for Rocker. Upgrade advantage is going to be nice. The Colossi coming out. Our stand back home defensively. Extended thermal lance. There's beautiful tank positioning in the bunker. I like the Sim City from Foxer. 4th base about to pop, though. We still have long distance mining. One Marine going to return back home. No sound like a watcher tower is taken from either player. But I do like the pylon scout for drops from Rocker. Other than that, not a lot of map presence. Other than he was poking in and seeing this in the observer, which sees all. Actually, Foxer has no idea this observer's here, it appears. Does have the first sensor tower. 4th CDC going down for Rocker. But our Protoss player has double Colossi production. Second gonna pop. Extended thermal lance is finished. +1 ground weapons finished. And infantry armor +1 just finishing now. Means our Protoss army is damn ahead on upgrades. And it's catching up there, folks. Once these Colossi pop, I think just one more warp and ooh, Disruptor follow-up even. So yeah, it's the 3 Colossi. The Disruptors, our Terran player, now going into +2 infantry weapons. Getting more Widow Mines, getting more tanks. Has the army supply advantage, but by how much? This Protoss force with the upgrade advantage, Colossi and Disruptor follow-up is pretty good. He's even going into shields. And we don't have Ghost from our Terran. Our Terran didn't go for that 1-1 quick Ghost build. He went to double Armory. We are going to see Viking production. Stalker is going to blink out, but does not trigger the Widow Mine. And he's going to lose just 1 Stalker for the moment. We're going to see some more loss. Sitting up an army with Guardian Shields. This is kind of nice for a Protoss player, but he has to be mindful of, well, the Widow Mines. And, oh, Widow Mine's going to get a nice shot. There's even more ahead of this. He's getting a little greedy. He's not paying attention to the mines. He's going to engage a Bioforce that huge. He has to be careful. Does get a little fire from, a little backsplash fire from the Bio getting hit with the extended thermal lance Colossus. Widow Mine's being sniped on the side, though. He knows the tanks are there, but is being annoying to our Terran. He has to die the 4th. Taking a 5th base. What a Chad. This is how you play Protoss, folks. I guess, because he did a few cheeky maneuvers. Not going with the 3 sentries earlier on was beautiful. And a little non-conventional for the opener. No micro of the Blink Stalkers, though. He's using them to meet shield for the Colossi, but the Colossi are going to be jumped out into the Disruptor's land. Beautiful Nova catches a few units. Loses the Colossi, though, but the fight's continuing on. Nice second Nova from the Disruptor, but this looks like it's going to trade out not the greatest for a Protoss player. Rocker just fighting with these Stalkers, but he does get a lot of high-value catches, denying the 4th. Actually killed the 4th, so that's actually huge for him. But yeah, actually, this is going great for Rocker. Rocker is absolutely dominating here. Our workers are way higher for our Protoss player. He now has his 5th base. He's been microing enough where he's not saturating. He's been macroing in the sense that he's been getting more units. Does have a Chrono Boost Forge. Okay, he was focusing more on the macro. He knew he just had more versus less, better power units, etc. But that is all. That is all. Army supply now in favor of Rocker with that upgrade advantage as well, but +2 infantry armor going to finish, +3 infantry weapons going to finish pretty soon, but our Protoss player is going to have +3 ground weapons eventually as well. Timed out pretty similarly, I'd imagine, for both players. Terran, wow, this observer sees it. Okay, our Terran's repostured to take a 4th orbital command center at the 3 o'clock-ish position base. Everything's a little askew. Yeah, good job, mods, by the way. Again, thank you guys all for hanging out. Alrighty. Got a nice scan going down. We got scans for days. We got meals for days for a Terran, but he did lose. Yeah, its trades are pretty close. There was a Nexus loss earlier, and I actually forgot about that earlier in the game, but honestly, it just kind of works out for our Protoss. There's so many disruptors here. Did they land? Some of these Novas got to land, and goddamn will they... Oh, the last one getting caught up there. He does have one more surviving. We don't have ghosts out just yet. And it looks like we may not just see them. There's 14 workers falling for a Terran. It's 95 to 50 with a massive army supply lead for Rocker, who is even damaging the starport. The Ghost Academy was there, but we didn't get to that tech. Rocker coming back after losing the Nexus, making some good trades. He's just so far ahead this game. The Rando Disruptor right here. There are 2 siege tanks here, and Disruptor just zones out, but it's getting YOLO in, getting some scouting. Okay, the Disruptor didn't go down for a bit. Lots of scouting, and this orbital going down is going to be huge for a Protoss player. There's just not a lot of forces for Foxer, who's lost even more production. Wait, the starport's not dead. He almost got the starport, but guess what? Losing an orbital was absolutely massive earlier on, but the army trades, oh god, this is just crazy. Crazy game. Looking more and more in favor of Protoss. The army, the upgrade advantage is going to tip the Terran for a moment, kinda, but we have shields as well for Protoss and with no ghosts. That means that's going to actually add up quite a bit in terms of defense. These are some tanky Protoss units pushing in, killing the third base, just absolutely pulverizing on this army. Medevac's not being controlled well. He's losing units in the Medevac's, and everyone gonna fall. This is looking like the end of Foxer, unfortunately. And Rocker is gonna get the good luck even, taking game number 3, or game number 2 actually, in a 2-0. Rocker, number 1 toss, and he's quite good, but we can't take it away from Trigger and we can't take it away from other folks too. Rocker is really good though. Certainly does fantastic work. I'm curious to see a lot of things. We have Root Rob playing really well too lately. Yellow versus Antis has been ongoing. Is Yuri still in this? Kind of feel bad I didn't. We're gonna see what happens next. And who is Steadfast covering? Okay, Steadfast is covering TLO and Antis, of course. Checking out Jason. Okay. I'm going to see what series we got next. Guys, bear with me. We're going to see what our next one is. Let's see what's going on here. We might be covering creature. Okay, Steadfast is covering up a tree. Pure Legacy versus Robin's Vaults. Hmm. I think we're gonna try to catch Nina. Oh. We're gonna do Nina versus Rob. Get me out of this! Hey, Wootsicle. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go Nina versus Rob. Yep, I am casting. Hi, guys. I'm sharp as a sword, hence why I'm so good at StarCraft 2. Yeah, me too, Wootsicle, right? Us two boomers. Trying our best. Eking it out in the scrub leagues. And this is the... Way to go. Here we are. Moving on to game number 1 in a fresh series. Wootsicle with the sad. All right, Erwin, this is gonna be a good one. Nina versus Root Rob, who's been absolutely cracked lately. Nina coming back in. Coming back in hot. Nina, my homegirl on fire here. Let's go on game number 1. Data C. In the bottom left, representing Root Gaming, it is Roberto in the red. And his opponent in the upper right, from License to Kill, she's blue. Give it up for Nina. And an excellent PvP series sure to come up. Looks like both postured for a 1 gate, but we'll see what happens. Well, I mean, no disrespect to that. I've had the MMR of Masters about a year ago. It was literally about a year and a month ago. I would say that I had higher than current Masters MMR. I just never had the bot. Yeah, we'll see what I'll feel it out. Like I gotta check and see how I feel with Plecto. Plecto's great. Definitely check it out. He may work better for you, and it's no disrespect. I think he's a really good coach. He's helped me before, but I'm kind of all over the place with things and just need to focus. So I'm certainly going to take his advice. I'm still going to go with Trigger. Anyway, we got a PvP going. It's going to be a double gate from Rob, a little bit of a psych out. And is he actually going to return home? He's going to proxy. We've seen Rob do this before on previous maps, or at least I have. You need it going before a core, before Nexus, so it should be open Stargate. Before taking her Nexus. We'll see. You're gonna do just fine, though. I am not gonna bail on my dude Trigger either, and Christianer and whoever. It's when I have time available, but I'm gonna focus on certain things, get a game plan, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, I know we got a game to cover here, though. Geez, a little bit of a low turnout. Unfortunately, we don't have all the fun stuff, the bots, the whatever. I'm sure we'll get some more people in here. But, yeah. Okay, double adept opener from Mr. Robbie, trying to psych things out. He's going for a 3-gate robo, it looks like. Nina is opening Stargate in the wall. It's a full wall, too, mind you, so it's going to be good or bad. But it's good in the sense that the adept's out. Nina is going to get some scouting information out. Sees the 2-gate. Is going to scout the 2 adepts, but immediately lose the probe. Oh, yeah, she's going to see that it's 2. Okay, probe not going back just yet for the 3rd gate. Probe chasing the other probe from Nina. Nina is not going to keep it out alive for the moment. She's starting to micro it again. We do have a Void Ray coming out. Nina knows what's up, so it's a Void Ray opener, but there is going to be a Warp Prism play from Robbie. Rob taking his 3rd gate back home. He's going to wall off. This is an interesting play from Rob, but you know what? He's going to rely on the Warp Prism, which is high risk, high reward, I guess, without the proxy robo in a map this size. I don't hate it. Still has a probe, 2 probes out on the map, and he's not. Well, let's see what happens. 2 adepts versus a Void Ray and a Warp Prism. Oh, this could be a problem for Mr. Robbie boy. Actually, Nina, I wouldn't hate it if she just pressured against that. It's only 1 stalker on here. Though, let's see what happens here. Nina is going to lose this probe eventually. Yes, stalker's going to chase it around. This is kind of a little bit of a hamper in Mr. Robbie's plans. Nina going for a robo of her own. Kind of playing max pack style, truthfully. And the robo is going to go in with 1 adept. However, there's 2 Void Rays out, and they can jump right on top of this. 2 Void Rays versus 2 Stalkers. Obviously, we know who wins. Oh, losing that Warp Prism's huge, but guess what? The 1 Adept is going to be in there. There's no shield battery to defend. Oh, he's going to go to natural, and there's 2 Stalkers. Probably not the best play from Rob. Dramatic alignment is activated. A couple Stalkers go down, but 1 Void does take hull damage. Another Void Ray on the way. Needed with Stalkers. The Adept is going to fall. Okay, this is a decent number of Stalkers. Now, Nina needs to respect this with the Void Rays, but I think she might be caught out of position. Oh, she's going to go on the high ground, do a little chiseling, but does see how many Stalkers there are. There's no blink follow-up. There's going to be another Warp Prism, however, for ferrying up here, and an Immortal is started right away. Another, Twilight Council from Nina. Just on 1 gate, though. She does have the 3 Void Rays in an Immortal. That's going to be pretty powerful. A very Artosis pylon, however, is kind of exposed. Oh, no. Yeah, this is a little rough. Warp Prism Micro is going to help, but actually the 2 Void Rays are going to chisel this away with Prismatic. She just has to be safe, but losing a Void was kind of rough. Gonna build another one, got the Immortal coming, and going for the whole gamut of Protoss right here. She is on 2 bases to 1 base, so realistically, ideally, she'll get the 3rd Void Ray out. She's gonna have Warp Gate here in a minute. If she loses the Stargate, it's not the end of the world. Big Daddy Immortal is here to save the day. 1 gate with Warp is still extra units. She has a couple Stalkers out, another battery coming, and bought time with the Prismatic alignment on the battery. So ideally, losing the gate again, not the hugest issue. The Stargate, rather. If she has this Void Range, she's gonna have another Immortal. Okay, another gateway going down on the high ground. She's planning on getting rid of it anyway, but it's gonna buy some time for potentially forcing some target fire from her opponent, Mr. Robbie. But I don't. Okay, the auxiliary pylon is pretty nice. Force field. Getting some good damage, and Nina trying to be cautious, but does get a ton of target fire, the one Void Ray. But at this point, it's going into Immortal. She's going into Blink. She's dropping more gates. Rob, again, all in. Has to be careful with these Adepts, though. Nina is going to lose one gate. But the two Immortals and such are going to be fine right here. Second pylon on the back foot is in jeopardy. 4 Stalkers chasing the Shades down. Shades going to make their way in. I think, no, he's not. That's a debate again. Nina losing her Cyber Core, though. She has all the tech, but she's going to need that tech. The ability to make Stalkers, and Blink is coming out. Just one Adept. Truthfully, I wouldn't worry too much about it at this point if I were Nina, but she is going to need to think about getting another Cyber Core up behind this, too. A little overextension for the Adepts, but guess what? It's a debate. Debate jabroni. That's a couple of Immortals. And the Void Rays are going to rejoin. These are some really battered Stalkers. GG, and Nina takes game number 1 very quickly. Huh. Moving on to game number 2. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I do have Max Packs coaching when I'm less broke too. Max Packs is going to work with me, though, he said. I'm not going to exploit the fact that he's really nice about it, but he knows I'm out of work. Trigger's like, yo, pay up or nah. The Trigger's a good dude. I asked Nina for coaching in the past, but I figured I just have to set a game plan for myself. And yes, I do plan on ladder later. Just wanted to cover this, and I know it's a little slimmed down from the full ESL experience, but hopefully this is running pretty smoothly here. I think I got it dialed in pretty well. We had a little lag for a second, but I figured out what was going on. All right, here we are, folks. Moving on to game number 2. On Tropical Sacrifice. In the bottom left-hand corner. In the red, representing Root Gaming, it is Rob. And his opponent in the upper right, it is Nina from License to Kill in the blue. Coming in hot with a quick game number 1. The cheese versus the no cheese. Rob can be a very good macro player, too. I think he is slightly outscaled here with Nina, though. Nina is still a quite formidable opponent with quite the experience. And she's been feeling very confident lately, I think. Sometimes, like everybody has their moments of lacking confidence in their play, but doing quite well. 2 good peeps, 2 good players. And I'm trying to put friend bias aside. Geralt OP. Geralt is not going to be playing tonight, though, because Geralt is in the EU, and this is an NA Open qualifiers. I think we've had good series and good games on each side, though. Surprising game. The second game we caught to finish the series of Rocker was pretty good. It was definitely pretty good. And it is going to be a very fast Nexus from Nina doing the Yaski. That's a very vulnerable build, especially if you're against an opponent like Rob, who is going to do more of the same. I think he's going to 3-gate Robo again, but I could be wrong. Nina, yeah, is going a little more brazen, I should say, this game. This is a very greedy build, but yep, Rob's going for 3-gate robo again, and at this distance, it could just be an immortal. And in that case, it could be a lot punchier. Nina going for the same opener as before. It's going to be tougher for her to hold, but if she holds, this is just going to be instant GG. Nina going to get some scouting information out on the other side of the map, being annoying with the probe. She knows it's a double gate. This time it's going to be 3-gate robo the other way, so this is going to be an immortal, almost guaranteed. I'd be very surprised. You had lags too from the ads? No, when I'm talking to lags, on my end, the connection seems really good today. Let's be thankful and hope on Hopium my internet holds up just fine for DreamHack. Seems to be running smooth there. It was just some stuff with the that splash screen I have when my camera's on. There's some video files I did some things to clean it up a little bit. Stalker and battery are already out. Void ran the way. Immortal. Oh, it's going to be a War Prism again. I need to get set up here with a shield battery on the high ground. Preparing for this. I'm not sure if she should go for a robo again as a follow-up to this, but I kind of... No warp gate. She is going to do something of such. Either that or she forgot it. Because of the later gas, I think she's going to attack up. Maybe she will get a faster robo after the second Void Ray. The War Prism's already in, however. And 2 Adepts are going to find some good value here. For sure. There is going to be 1 Void Ray. And, ooh, is forcing the cancel in the shade. 2 Stalkers doing the work. These Adepts, that's actually a smart move from Rob because he knew he can catch some workers right there. But Nina has to be, you know, in position for this War Prism. Did she forget about the War Prism? Okay, here we go. The mass warp and a Stalkers coming out. Nina pumping out another Stalker. Doesn't have Warp Gate in production. Doesn't have extra tech. Nina is going to be scouting around for proxies, but this could be a little rougher for her. She's got 6 workers lost. Rob actually built, you know, he's up to full saturation. That's about it. More pylons. Oh, it is going to be the Immortal follow-up this game. And Nina's like, you know what? We're going to take that risk. Because if there's an Immortal, we could put some pressure on with the Voids. It'd be in just a fine shape. She's going for another Void Ray, but I don't know. Maybe just because she lost workers. She's just now going for the robo. Is she going to go for Warp Gate yet? A bold move. Another battery coming down, though. It's going to be pretty nice. That prismatic alignment is going to get activated. And you know what? Nina can put a little pressure on. There are 4 Stalkers in that War Prism. But the reinforcements are here. Nina getting the counter damage. Actually, this is pretty good. Nice micro of the Void Rays. Seriously. She just saved that 3rd one. This is going a little better for her than the previous game from how Rob's played this out. And she did quite well last one. Not going for a Warp Gate again. Getting another pylon. Is going to go right into Immortals after. She goes. If she gets the 4... Oh, no. She does lose that Void Ray, though. Without Warp Gate, though, this is where it gets tougher. But she has to be careful. It's a lot of DPS to the Stalkers. It's kind of a disjointed sort of play. Void Ray's going to get chronoed out. An Immortal on the way, too. SimCity's a little weird now, but now her opponent can get in the base and is targeting Stargate, which is a big part of her production. So this is certainly a little dicey. Obviously, prismatic alignment not doing too much there. And yeah. Oh no, she's even losing the Cyber Core. Another robo going down for Nina. She's going for double robotics bay, or robotics facility rather, before the core went down, which is an interesting play. But if she can just buy time on 2 base economy, she can afford it. It's going to be double Immortal for a while. Building another gate so she can get another core. She's lost. Okay, yeah, another 2 gates. No Warp Gate though. So that's the problem. She didn't drop another core before if she was taking that route, but I wouldn't even have liked Warp Gate before. So this way is going to take a little longer. Second robo finish. Oh, she doesn't even get the save on it, but there are a couple of Immortals out. Probe's being pulled, but the force field working against her, and she's going to lose a Void Ray. It's 3 Stalkers and 2 Immortals against an Immortal, a Sentry that's got an energy, a Warp Prism, and 5 Stalkers, which are going to go into the main. 1 Immortal is about to pop up here, though. There is a shield battery out of defense. This one pylon over Boyd's Pull is forced for a second to get some damage. And you know what? There are only 2 workers going down. Is not too bad. She's at 43 to 23 workers. Just needs to get the tech out. She's getting a Warp Prism of her own. Just now getting a Cyber Core up because she has that gate in the back. Okay, this is an empty Warp Prism, but it's the army's all postured below, killing the shield batteries. Oh man, that's so much DPS from Rob. But I think Nina has enough stuff to fight this. Truthfully, the Warp Prism is certainly going to help, and with more Immortals, double Immortal production with this is good. Rob doing the best he can. He's going to get a Robo Bay behind this. Pumping in some Adepts to try to kill some of this worker advantage and just be a nuisance. Get Nina out of position, because you have to respect that she does pick up some units, the Warp Prism, but there goes the last of the low ground shield batteries. So that's no longer going to be a thing. Okay, I wouldn't hate a split. Nina walls off in the high ground, though. We saw that just in the tail end. I just want to catch the engagement. And here, wow. Boys Pull is forced, and this is looking at pretty dicey. Still a worker supply lead for Nina, army supply lead as well. It's all Immortals. War Prism versus War Prism, but she has nothing that shoots up, so she could potentially lose the Immortals. 15 workers going down or not is no big deal. And, ooh. Yeah, we now have a sentry. Okay, double sentry production. We're now just seeing Warp Gate for Nina. Nina losing 15 workers, still ahead on workers with this. Disruptors are going to be a big problem for Nina, though. First one is coming out. She's going to have to micro this and hopefully get some vision on it. Warp Prism going in with 2 Adepts for Rob, which is also going to be nuisance. Sadly, she's only got sentries there. However, Immortals will pop out. That's going to be helpful. Adept's going to shade in the back. There's at least a shield battery, which of course target firing is a problem. There's enough units here to clean up the Adepts before too much damage gets on. She again has a worker's lead and is able to produce more. Both players getting mined. Rob's very heavily mined out. Very committed. Nina has to be careful of this Warp Prism again. The Disruptor, oop, actually damaging 2 Immortals. That's the scary part of this. And Nina now knows what she's up against. There's gonna be another Nova, and oh, beautiful Warp Prism micro, just saving it. But these are some battered Immortals for Nina. She's getting 2 more gates and production Warp Gate finishing up. So gateway units will certainly help against this a bit. But the 2 Disruptors getting picked up. Oh, Warp Prism goes down, and I don't believe she lost a unit, but this is 4 Immortals versus this entire army. 4 Immortals versus the world. She should back off, regroup. Retreat is gonna start double Stargate production, so she's probably gonna try to eke out some Phoenixes with this. She has saturated more, trying to take a gas with how much is going on. Losing the Warp Prism means these are vulnerable as hell. Immortals just narrowly dodging 1 of the Novas, but with 2 Disruptors out, this is very scary. The Sentry is also going to be an important play for Rob. The game is not over, but Nina is going to lose Immortals. Oh, God. They do get some damage done before they go, and she does have 1 reinforcing one. The double Stargate play behind this is brilliant. Again, Phoenixes are going to do a fantastic job. The Nova just falls short. This is some good quality stuff here for... Like, Rob's not out. He's got the army supply advantage. He's got some tech, but Nina's going to start having Phoenixes. And funnily enough, it's not that many Stalkers. Oh, she gets the Disruptor. Yeah, it's looking grimmer and grimmer by the moment for Rob, because Nina's going to have Phoenixes out. She's going to build some more Immortals. She doesn't want to tip her hat to the Phoenixes, but the Phoenix is even going to be good against... Yeah, we even got a Zealot out. She has lots of potential for Mikro, and I just think as we get a higher Phoenix count, it's going to be better and better as time goes on. 4 Phoenixes especially are certainly going to help the fight. Oh, goodness. Field batteries, luckily, right there. Phoenix is leading the charge in the front. But they do get a pickup on an Immortal, and that is huge. She does have a couple Stalkers in the fight, too. And, yeah, that helps out quite a bit. But the Phoenixes against the Disruptors, against the Warp Prism, does lose 1. She's just pumping more out and did get a couple more Immortals out and behind this. Oh, look at the pickup in the... Oh, that was a beautiful clean sweep to the series. And Nina advances. Very cool stuff. And let's see what we got next. I have no problem covering here. And Nina has advanced to the quarterfinals. Other outcomes, Dolan versus Flood ongoing. Nina has advanced to win against... Yuri versus Maple's going on. I might take a brief moment, guys. Oops. Bear with me. And we have a series. Pure Legacy versus Volts. Match point. Oops. This is match point on this series. Good, I'm unmuted. Yeah, I have my cats come in. I don't know if it was gray, it's Mittens. If it is brown and fat, it is Charlie. I didn't see which cat it was in there. Anyway, this is match point of this series. It'll be covered one. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Data C. In the blue, it is Pure Legacy. From NFS. And his opponent in the bottom left, it is our Protoss player, Idraling Volts. So it should be interesting. See what we got here. Gonna finish this one up. Hopefully things just line up so we don't have a huge wait. Guys, we advance. Sadly, I gotta bounce around from some of the other games. You know, just how she plays out from what we got going on. All right. And it looks like we have TLO versus Juggernaut Jason, or versus Juggernaut Jason versus Uppatry. Oh my god, that's so funny. Sal would be malding if he heard me say that. All right. Little scout from Pure Legacy. Gate scout from Volts. No, he's just pocketing down looking for proxy racks a little bit. Got a cyber core coming down behind this, and yeah. Pure Legacy just opened with the Reaper expand. Nothing too crazy. And yeah. Is who serious? I had to wait for, it's just what happens. Sometimes you have to wait between series. But I can't double cast something just because we want to get all the coverage we can of DreamHack qualifiers. And same thing with regionals, etc. Gonna be closed qualifiers after next week. And sadly, this is the first one I did. I really wish I was more attentive to my... From all the streaming I did, I could have been covering some earlier. Okay, it's going to be a Reaper and Adept. Adept is out. Shade has started, or Psionic Transfer started. Is it going to cancel? It is. Going to scare the Adept away a bit. Looks like it is going to be a Stargate opener from Volts. And yeah, Reaper's just going to return home. Looks like it is going to be a 1-1-1. You have the reactor, so we're going to see a Hellion follow up, or is it going to be right into Widow Mines? We shall see. He's going to go a Hellion, and then he's going to make a couple Marines. Probably going to be a Widow Mine drop from the looks of it. Going to be a Phoenix opener. I do like this from Volts. Goes by Idraling, as you guys see him. All right, and the low ground. Might start seeing some cities. Is it going to be Phoenix Colossus? Is it going to be Phoenix Charge? We shall see. Excuse me. The hiccups from a mostly coffee, you know, coffee diet here. I feel like the primate that I am as a Protoss player. I've only had peanuts and a banana today. Like a true ape. Okay, is it actually not a Widow Mine drop? It's going to be a Tech Lab follow-up. We see Cyclone in production and a Viking, if you guys can see up here while this engagement goes up. Beautiful cleanup from Volts. It's 1-1 again. Only one worker going down. That's actually huge trades. And it's just a scout to see what's happening. But Volts actually respected this, debating the Marines. He wants to see the units. Phoenix did take some damage, though. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. Buys a little time from the Cyclone's target fire, but he's not moving these Phoenixes. Has to be careful. It's a Viking, it's Cyclones, it's Marines. The Stargate opener was scouted by the he's not paying attention. Losing a Phoenix is rough. Looks like Phoenix Charge, and he's going to go for a 430 third base. So, 2 more racks coming down. He knows he has time for stem and combat shields, but is going to start investing in more as time goes on. And he's got his third base. Phoenix Charge could be pretty good against this. I am not hating this. Let's see what Pure Legacy does, though. is going to switch into a reactor. Okay, he's going to switch it over for a barracks as it pops to start stim. He's probably actually going to do the double swap. Yeah, is he going to eke out a Raven or anything? No, he's just getting ready. He's going to move it back, build a reactor on the starport. Get one barracks up here after the first tank. Presumably we just stop and go right into stim. He's got the +1 yeah, exactly. And +1 infantry weapons is coming third base, coming down. Little scout or marine, he's going to fall. Sees that it's Phoenix charge. 6 gates going down. I would like to see a forge with this as soon as we can. If it's Phoenix charge. Oh, I am getting some lag. My internet is acting up again. Fantastic. Well, that said, I am certainly going to be calling my ISP up at some point here. I think I should do some double checking internally, but I'm 100% sure we got a little issues. I know I'm not supposed to talk about that on stream, but just in case, we've had enough issues in the last couple of days or week, and I had some serious stuff a couple weeks back that we need to make sure this is good because DreamHack is going on. Okay, I do like that both Zelnaga watchtowers are attempted to be taken here. Depth moving up too. Okay, it's going to be a pretty big fight potentially, but these Phoenixes have to be paid attention to. Second, one of the Adepts is going to fall. 4 more in the fight. Interesting choice with the Adepts, the Phoenixes. The Adepts can be annoying as part of the component of the army just because the shades can draw attention away and potentially get some worker kills or debate some of the tech units like the Cyclones and the tanks. But we're going to see some pretty iffy trades for Protoss. He does get some worker kills. Oh, wait, what? Oh, the probe. What is the probe doing? I think that was a misclick. Let's take a look at losses. Yeah, Protoss is traded very inefficiently, but taking a 4th base behind this, knowing the 3rd's landing is not a bad idea. 4 just now going down, double robo follow-up. So it's not working out quite as well as he'd hoped. You know, just catching a tank and stuff, but the trade's not looking so hot. Luckily, no Widow Mines, but in a way, some friendly fire would be nice from how well the surround's going. +1 infantry weapons had finished for our Terran player, though, so that's actually helping him a bit. Armor going to finish behind a concussive shell coming. Phoenix cleans up the Viking, however, and our Protoss player has to be careful not to engage in this. The bunker does help. Oh, boy. Drilling is volts. By the way. Alright, double medevac drop going in. Oh, the Adept scouts it. I don't think our Protoss player paid attention to that. That was a double medevac drop. And the Adept scouted it, but he is not responding like he knows it's not. Oh my god, it's just nothing but zealots. Ah, not like this. There's like one Phoenix. The Adept totally scouted this, but he's gonna have a recall. And the entire army is going up there. Now this push is gonna be scary. 2 Immortals with no battery to defend these. Yeah, this is gonna be pulverized. Now the push is back. Army retreating. The SimCity working against him. It's just 2 Immortals. But there's a good amount of Marauders. They do have concussive shell. But this is where this army could be alright. If we can get the right target firing. Funnily enough. Okay, now we got the double Colossi follow-up. I do like this +1 ground weapons finishing for Protoss. Afterburner going in. And the drop is going to go in here. There are some units to greet it. Phoenix and Zealots. Yeah, Pure Legacy decides to retreat. He's like, oh shit, I can't take this. Observer right on top of the army is pretty nice. No extended thermal lance coming down behind this. And I don't like this. Everybody who watches me knows I'm mauled when I see this. This is not just tech. Everything's here. It's all your eggs in one basket at the 3rd base. At the least, would have liked to see the 4th behind the natural. And there's no shield batteries. It's very scary. It's just in case, let's take a look. There's no Ghost Academy just yet for Pure Legacy. It might be coming down soon because the upgrade advantage is going to be kicking in. It's only one single forge. Why is he all arming? Oh no, Protoss. The base is being contested. That's an Arctosis pylon power in this. So right after, now base falling. I guess that could have been worse. He's got 2 more Colossi in production. Plus 2 ground weapons in the way, but our Terran player is going to be on 2-2 pretty soon. Does have the punchier army, but less tanky without the armor. Observer is going to scout the drop, or what's left of it. The 2 medevacs are going to return to join the fleet of our Terran player as this continues. No 4th base trying to be taken yet. He's like, well, we're going to commit in. We're going to double down. Army supply looking pretty even, though. However, the army split up, and these zealots aren't going to find much here, but it's a debate. It's a trap. Not the best fight we can write home about it here either, and the Colossi are going to be surrounded from the back. The recall's not going to finish in time. He saves 2. GG. And Pure Legacy takes it 2-1. All right. We're waiting on our next series. No, I am going to look into the API for this stuff, but I think Renegade, if we end up getting other stuff, is going to do production. And honestly, I don't hate it with some of this stuff. All right. We got no lobbies for now. So bear it with me. Kozan in response plan? Okay. Man response doing pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Coming on up. I suppose we will go to a little break ski for a momento. You're back and you have pizza, Duck Huddler. No smoke for DreamHack. Yeah, that's on the other thing. I don't know. Oops. We got our first game. I think I made my girlfriend mad right there. I thought I had enough time for a quick call before she goes to bed. And yet I don't. I'll be back with a normal stream later. After this. But you're right, Sibba John. I should not be smoking. Hey guys, at least I'm covering something, right? Yeah, pizza sounds good. I was chiseling at some stuff. This is going to be a best of 5, by the way. We are on to the quarterfinals of Pure Legacy versus Creature. Dolan versus Rockers going on. All right. Okay, here we are. Moving on to our first game of this best of 5 quarterfinals. Here we go. On Moondance, spawning in the bottom right from him, NFS. In the blue, it is Pure Legacy. And his opponent in the upper left, Root Gaming, it is Creature in the red. Best of 5, round of 16 in the NA Open Qualifiers number 2 for DreamHack Atlanta. Another TVP. Been getting a lot of TVPs in all the tournaments lately. Just by luck of the draw sometimes for what it is. Should be pretty exciting, and we have more going on. Kozan versus Response still going on. Maples 2-1 Yuri. Yuri actually took a game off Maples. That's pretty good in the round of 16. All right. A little earlier scout from Creature, Pure Legacy. Looks like he might be setting up for something a little more aggressive. He's saturating his gas. Didn't send out a scout. We'll see what's going on. Welcome, Tater Tutor. Fisherman, how you doing? Well, we get primed up here. I can talk to chat a little bit, you know. Attained to the Prime event. We just cut some stuff out because of DreamHack, what it is. Nexus before core for Creature. I might add a little bold play against this, but it's still going to be just a expand, it looks like, from Pure Legacy. So, nice little harass from Creature, but I don't think he's going to find that much value. He's going to send the probe home. However, all right, he's getting a set up for low ground, and we'll see what happens from here. Pog squirrel indeed, Gene Sim. Pog squirrel indeed. That is a funny supply depot setup because, well, he's going to put his tech right to the side for the wall. Your legacy going right for it. He's going to be reactor first. Not surprisingly, bunker. Pretty standard setup. Just now going out for Reaper Scout information. Going to be Stargate opener from Creature. And we'll see what happens from here. We shall see what happens from here. Alrighty. Depth shading in. Trying to find some information. Does not find any. Okay, we get the Helium Reactor opener. Tech Lab file up. Curious to see what Pure Legacy does this game. Gonna be Phoenix opener from Creature. Getting the Adepts out. Nothing going down on the wall just yet. Just a shield battery. Still like the shield battery going. He's gonna immediately send that Phoenix right across the map to try to get a scout of this. 4 Hellion opener. And yeah. Did we actually lose? No. Reaper lost. It's the original Reaper. It's gonna be a Viking. Oh, Cloaked Banshees. Cloaked Banshees. This should be fun. Like, if this is Phoenix Charge or something, we're gonna need an Oracle. Okay, it's Phoenix Colossus. That's pretty cool because I think that Scout did reveal what was happening. I think he did notice the... Creature noticed the fact that the tech lab is researching and the fact that there was a tech lab there. So he's assuming it's a Cloaked Banshee push. I think that was a good read from Creature, so he's going Phoenix Colossus. Might have been his plan altogether, but pretty easy adaptation on the time from how he went about it. He did take the double gas and got the robo. 9 workers fallen, though, is very rough. So not the most paramount defense here. So we shall see what happens. eBay going down. Get a Cyclone follow-up. We know it's Stargate, so good play from Pure Legacy. Pure Creature going for the back third. I don't hate it. In this case, I don't hate this. He's going for a safer third. You'd be taking it at the same time, but with what's going on against this... Oh, Cloak Banshee's out. Is there an Observer? Observer's on the way, but it's not chrono boosted. Oh, okay, never mind. That's second Observer. He could actually eke out a... he could have eked out an Immortal, but I think after he can go straight into Colossi and be just fine. Yeah. Okay, so the second Observer, he's going to have some extra map vision. We got missile turrets coming out, decent Bioforce, and 2 Cyclones out. Phoenix count is continuing, so it is going to be a little more Phoenix heavy. Or the Phoenix Colossus push. Nice little catch on the 2 SCBs. Increasing time for supply block, but has to be careful to keep these Phoenixes alive. Oh, he's going to get another one. But the Cyclone's coming out behind it. Stem combat shields and infantry weapons coming, so he knows it's going to be about a 630 push. But again, another Cloak Banshee coming in. Stalker, Sentry, Phoenix to fight. The 6 workers falling for the 3, but the delay on the supply for Pure Legacy is kind of nice. Worker count is in favor of Pure Legacy. That's not so nice. But we are getting teching up still on the Protoss side. And he is getting those Colossi out with it. Phoenixes have to keep trying to get pressure on the map. And the army's going to get ferried around. Because Pure Legacy's anticipating this pretty well. Third CC being made on the low ground. And, you know, this is a time where he has a window of opportunity for a few to catch a few Marines potentially with the... Nah, not really. Ooh, he's going to be annoying with this. But does he save the Phoenixes? Just barely. That one's not going to be as helpful as it has 4 HP. Shields are not. All right, stop Phoenix production, going into 3 gates and a forge with the Twilight. I do like this out of our Protoss player. He scouted the 3rd base. He's going to complete here and move over. But he does have some time. Phoenixes have to be out. Oh, picking off some reinforcements. Do they get the Marauder? They get a couple Marines. But he has to keep them. He's going to lose 1. Take some serious damage on another, but he's buying time to muster up some more forces back here. It's just 2 Colossus. I think he forgot to produce another, or was it just at the tail end to finish 1? Oh, the drops are scouted. That's actually pretty nice. Does he get the other medevac and a couple units? Loses the Phoenix, but I think that was kind of worth it in the trades. But he hasn't put any more into production. I would have liked the 3rd Colossi on the way. I think he bought just enough time where it could have popped. Or another shield battery in the front. It's a very forward-facing pylon. So that is in risk of being lost. There aren't tanks with this push, of course. Decent Marauder count, though, but some of the units picked off was kind of nice, and some of the energy of the medevacs was depleted, as well as 1 other one. Another Colossi coming. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. Charge coming out. Ooh, the rocks getting hit, and he loses a Marine. So everything counts, I guess. Pure Legacy does have to respect this. There is a sentry here, too, though it's quite the wide ramp on this map, on either side. Creature's going to try to get a 4th base out. Kind of a bold move, but we do have Templar being more for Archons and charge lots. I would imagine. Oh, or is he going to save it? Oh, no, this isn't scouted. The Phoenixes could have prevented this. And now the army split from Pure Legacy. So we needed a defense on a couple fronts. That's going to be quite a nuisance. It's pretty... I think he got like 1 pylon, but it was still not the greatest pylon setup. Do the Phoenixes catch this? Oh, they just were out of range from catching a lot of the army. The forward-facing pylon's going to go down, preventing any batteries. Archon's going to come fight with this and a couple charge lots. Phoenix on the back flank. Is it going to pick up the Cyclone? No, he's just going to chisel at the medevacs. Natural is in jeopardy. Army's out of position for a Protoss player. It looks like, yeah, he's going to lose his base. 4th base is finishing up. However, immediate drop on the Natural. I don't hate this for a Protoss player. Our base supply is pretty even, but a little disjointed. We got more Vikings in production. I almost wouldn't hate, as crazy as it sounds, considering there's Vikings. He sees this. Getting out some more, depending on the Viking count, get out a few more Phoenixes. Catches the medevac, though. That's pretty nice. And the 3rd base did finish. Let's take a look at what was lost. He kept a lot of workers alive, but some were not mining. Creature's still behind in workers as Pure Legacy's posturing up. He's presumably going to take a 4th base at some point here after he musters up more of an army. Yeah, that being said, he is going to take it on location at the south side. Gotta love it. All right, we got some long distance mining going down at the Natural to that pocket 3rd base. For a Protoss player, sensor tower out. Pure Legacy just getting his armory, so he's going to be going into 2-2. Protoss just getting +2 ground weapons. He's a little on his back foot for economy, so he's trying to keep things alive, getting disruptors out. A little behind in army supply too, but he's getting some static. Gotta love it. And this is a pretty big push from Pure Legacy coming from this other side. Flank Zealot's going to scout the push. Chisel at the Cyclone. And he... Okay, we're going to get this in production. We got Storm coming behind this. Disruptor doesn't catch anything. Who does get the Cyclone? I guess that counts as something, but that's a big force coming from Terran. Shield battery rebuilt in the front with a photon cannon. Phoenix is the remaining ones taking a lot of damage. And not a lot to defend the Colossi. Enhanced Shockwave on the way in 2-2 for the Terran. Behind this. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Cynic Storm going to finish up. +2 ground weapons as well as our Terran player retreats. 4 bases to 4 bases. Worker count pretty close. Creature still a little behind. I don't think he knows about the 4th base because he's been having to play defensive. He's got to muster up units and maybe try to... Yeah, he's going to take a 5th. I like this. at the 12 o'clock-ish position base on the north side. Depth scouting for a push over here. Pure Legacy pushing on the right. Is he sniffing out a 5th base? Or is he just going to pressure into the 4th? Because he knows he's caused so much damage. Killing some rocks over here. We do have 2-2 coming for Protoss. But it's quite behind. Actually, it's going to be 3-2. And +1 air weapons. Fusion core coming down for our Terran player. This could be a spicy game if it can continue on. Can Protoss hold? Only 1 disruptor in the mix that I see. But Psionic Storm's going to be pretty good. Ghost's going to make it a bit of a problem because enhanced shockwaves are done. We're going to see advanced ballistics liberators, most likely coming down from Pure Legacy with the potential of a cheeky. Well, what's Protoss doing? Are they going into Sky Toss? Oh, but the Vikings are such an investment in this army. The Storms are actually clutch against the Vikings, and Terran cannot just push into this. The Vikings are going to try their damnedest to catch the Colossi and will, but the Storms go on the bio instead at the risk of losing the Colossi. A lot of the bio is killed, but a lot of the Protoss is killed. Losing those Colossus is huge. Feedbacks on the medevacs were certainly dealt. Oh, actually, look at all the damage. Oh, nice target fire on the medevacs. It's a lot of injured Sky units from our Terran player, but Creature has to be careful. He's on his back foot for supply. It's carriers. So ship weapons and 4 liberators. I think that Pure Legacy is anticipating the carrier transition. It is advanced ballistic liberators, which actually is pretty normal for this time. But the liberators could actually help in fighting the carriers a bit. However, the carrier production with the air upgrades is going to be helpful for our Protoss players as well, as air weapons are completing just now. So it's carrier disruptor with Archons and charge lots. 2-2 going to be finishing up for Protoss as Pure Legacy goes on to 3-3 behind this, and we do have a push up the center going toward the 9 o'clock position base, which is non-existent. So that base was not a possibility. And the Vikings and Liberators going to be a problem. Does he catch the Ghost with the Disruptor? He does. Has to. Oh, nice control from Creature. Actually, microing the Disruptor around this. Does he catch another Nova? Oh, catches another Ghost. Well, there's small trades, but Ghosts are expensive. However, the Liberator is going to scare the army back a bit more than I think he should. Yeah, this is a base that doesn't need to be lost. It is going down. Kirk down. Nice storms, though. Beautiful storms. And the carriers and Archons are going to clean up the Vikings. Medevac's in a lot of trouble. And damn, some just barely getting away. Or are they? There's no blink, of course. Does the Stalker get a little bit of target fire? He can at least catch 1. Does he catch 2? He is not going to. But if Terran plays like this, the carriers eventually will catch up. But there is a bunch of reinforcements here. However, I think Protoss does have the army to contend with this. Just a bit. Medevacs. Yeah, the big thing is losing the Medevacs and the Vikings, I think. It's kind of clutch. The Archons are going to deal with the Immortals. Look at like how little health's on the Medevacs is why I'm saying this. You're going to be unprotected units of planetary fortresses. Not where you want to engage. Protoss with not a ton of army, but Pure Legacy lost a lot too. You go either way. Actually, I wouldn't hate to see feedbacks on those Medevacs. They're so injured. Archon morphed at the last second. He's saving it for Stormy boys, though. Getting some decent storms. Actually, pretty clutch for Creature. Creature is going to lose a High Templar as he retreats, but here comes Mama Ship. And it's a lot of Marauders, not a lot to deal with this. Mothership needs to get in position, and this army can survive quite well for a bit. It's going to force scans out, too, on top of it. More Medevacs dying. Some expensive losses for Pure Legacy, who's up bases. That's the thing. He has the economy. Keep pumping out units. Ship weapons +2 are going to finish for Pure Legacy behind this. All right, more Vikings and Marines being produced. I hope we don't see like an overcommittal to Sky Toss. Just a bit, and then just switching back up here. He's going into some Tempest with this. All right, this I like. 5th base taken in the upper right corner from Protoss. As Pure Legacy has the southwest base. This game has been very close. Obviously, Creature's been on his back foot for economy, but I think he's still doing a good job in terms of trades, considering what's happened. It looks even-ish, and if Protoss can secure some bases, this is where it's just about cost efficiency in your army, trades, and fights, etc. Taking good engagements, but Pure Legacy, again, going to be able to catch a base. I hope we see a cancel. I hope we don't see a lot of lost probes, because that's a lot of Marines and Marauders. A disjointed Protoss army. I would hate to see it cancel, as much as it sucks not having a 5th at this time. No. He's buying time. Okay, Pure Legacy taking a bit of the bait here. Scan is on, so Mothership is not going to be able to protect these units for a moment, but Disruptor's out. Scan's running out. Disruptor, does not fall and hit it. Interceptors are completely depleted, and that's the problem with the Skytoss army here. Now we lost the Mothership too. Minus 400, minus 400. As the meme goes on, a cannon and two Tempests are going to fight the army. Chisel went some of the medevacs and such, though. He needs to keep bases alive, but GG is called. Pure Legacy takes the first game in the series. All right. Moving on to game number 2. Again, this is a round of 16 match. We do have sub and foul alerts, by the way, too, though. And we'll say that. I did decide to put that back on. And we'll see how this goes on here. Sorry to those that I couldn't cover today. Up a game, but he hasn't quite done it. It's a best of 5. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner for NFS. In the blue, it is our Terran player, Pure Legacy. And his opponent in the lower left. Give it up for a Root Gaming's Creature. Little TVP action. Or PVT, depending on how you look at it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Little SimCity going on for Creature. Pretty standard stuff from how he's set up and his positioning. And Pure Legacy, yeah, looking to be opening standard so far, but we'll see. We'll see if he does a cheeky 1-1-1 delayed neck CC at the time. Oh, streamer, where's the production tab? Let's go. Just wanted to keep you guys guessing. There's not too much going on that we didn't cover at this point, other than a probe. You know, chasing crabs down. That crab's so afraid of that probe. He's like, nah, you're gonna cannon rush me, probe. Even the critters know. They know not to let the probe just go by. Probe could zap it. All right. Reaper is in production, and we're going to have a little harassment task going down. It is going to be a next... Well, no, it was a core first build. A little safer opener from Creature. So... yeah, don't hate it. Yeah, very standard opener from Pure Legacy. Looking like it could be a 1-1-1, but we'll see. We shall see. Reaper is going to go across the map. We do have a first Adept coming out. I wonder if it's going to be Stargate opener again. Nope, it's not. It's going to be Warp Gate. It still could be, but I'm assuming we're going to see Twilight opener from our Protoss player. It's possible he goes Robo. I'm thinking we're going to see a Twilight opener. Yep, Adept Stalker. That is exactly what we're going to be seeing. Probably going to be a 2 or 3 gate blink build. And it is going to be 3 racks out of Pure Legacy. I think a decent read from him on what was going on with the Reaper Scout. He saw the warp gate going and got the heck out of there. Decided not to overcommit. We do have the eBay coming down for the +1 and the stim combat shield timing, or concussive shell stim timing, depending on how he goes about it. Alright. Second gateway going down. Does look to be at least a 2-gate blink opener, but we'll see. Twilight Council's finish. Yep, there is the blink. He might... I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a more committal build out of our Protoss player. Ooh, nothing's right there. Okay, Stalker should catch this. Depth gonna follow up. Nope. Second Stalker. It's just 2 Stalkers. What happened to the... Okay, the Adept's going back to defend. We don't really have much of a scout from our Protoss player. Not too much of a scout. Protoss is going for a 4-minute third. And with the Robo finishing, he needs some information though, because he's going to need to know if he needs to get a shield battery, perhaps even. Well, other than a shield battery, might even need an immortal up. It is going to be stim combat shields +1. Double gas is taken at the same time you normally would in this build. And yeah, we're starting to see some Marauders come out. It's probably going to be what? Is it just going to be 2 Marauders? It might get up to like 4. 3, 4. Nice posturing for his push. Adept is going to be quite useful right now. If the Adept shades in, he can scout all this. Come on, Adept shade. Behind this, our Protoss player, well, he's getting his 3rd base set up. Doesn't have a shield battery, getting an observer. Why is he chasing down the Marine? Oh, that's so not worth. He's going to try to deny the scout. I mean, if combat shields finished up in there, he'd have an inkling on what was going on if he was paying attention. But that was not what we wanted to see. Observer's going to scout this, though. Robo Bay going down. Zealot being morphed in. Sentry morphed in. But again, this is where an Immortal would have been good in a shield battery. Stalker's going to go out and try to pick off some units as they go and just keep trying to blink micro this back. But fortunately, these weeds, or algae, whatever the hell they are on the underwater map, are going to be a bit of an issue. Marines getting picked off on the way. That's pretty nice. But the Marauders are going to be the stronger point of contention. Concussive Shell is going to finish somewhere in this. More and more Marines getting picked off. And he is debating him away from the base. But there's only, well, a Sentry and some Zealots. We do see a force field. There's Big Daddy Immortal, though. Again, no battery, though, but a lot of workers going down. That's another problem with this. Worker kills can be rough. Stalkers are going to try to blink away as this goes on. And the push is held at the loss of 7 workers. Your Legacy in a fantastic position. Is getting his starport, is getting his +1. He's probably going to go for like a 7.5 minute 3rd base. Could be wrong, but we'll see what happens here because he's got his starport finishing up. No, he's just taking it right now. Okay, he's doing the 630. Has +1 infantry armor finishing up behind it. Going late to the party with the other stuff. But I do like that there's charge, extended thermal acid. The claws is coming down with the forge. Timing out pretty nicely for our Protoss player. That said, a little bit of aggression on the other side. Stalkers trying to be ever present and annoying without getting losses. Trade's pretty even, minus the 7 workers for Protoss, but creatures now at a worker advantage. The upgrade advantage could be rough for our Protoss player because Pure Legacy is ahead to 1-1. And just a moment as he's pushing again. Has some units to prevent for a dropper. Yep. Prepare for a drop, I should say. We don't have any medevacs in production. It's just pure bio. Okay, there's 2 medevacs that are going to join this now. Where'd they go? It was definitely not a drop. Just 1 shield battery and 1 damage pylon to defend this. Yeah, it's not really a huge force for Protoss just yet. Only 1 Colossi out. And, well, is going to be revealed. And it is going to be disjointed a little. The Stalkers up here, not bad. It's only 3. Pylon's going to scout this. And Protoss is not going to take that 4th base when he wants to. But you know what? That's okay. That is A-okay for the moment. Is going to lose a Pylon, but he's going to posture up, preparing for a drop. More Stalkers in play. And the larger push going in from the southeast side. But these Stalkers are going to be somewhat prepared for this. Oh, a little out of position. But guess what? The cannon and the battery are clutch. Oh, beautiful hold on the drop. Battery overcharge is activated, helping to clean this up. Medevac falling, battery taking some damage. But you know what? It does get cleaned up ultimately. Pure Legacy now going to change his decisions. I think he's going to go pressure onto the 4th because he knows it's going down. But Protoss needs to get in position. He doesn't know exactly where the army is. And knowledge is power. I think that's a Ferengi rule of acquisition. Beautiful cancels on the Nexus and Pylon, however. He's still in an okay time that he can't get a 3rd up, or 4th up rather. But I think we will be all right. +1 ground weapons just now finishing up for Protoss. We're going to see again a split up. This time 3 medevacs and then a little assault on the other side. We still have Stalkers postured for this. Another shield battery built the photon cannon there, and the Pylon going to scout this. Drop is going to be immediately intercepted. Beautiful target firing on one of the medevacs. Units getting target fired. Photon cannon helping the fight. He's trying to aim for the Marauders rather, but is not going to be able to take care of everything. Zealot's chasing this down. Photon cannon fell, but there's still Stalkers. 2 Colossi coming in here. How much of the army commitment? Oh no, he's going all army and he's getting pushed on the right side. Not like this. Don't all army hockey. He's going to defend the 4th, but the push is to the right. It's going to take him a minute to get there. And that's the problem. The DPS gets so high. There's no battery overcharge available. He has to lose a base, and that's at a time he doesn't need it. Pure Legacy committing, doubling down hard here. We don't see a 4th just yet, but we potentially could be seeing one soon, considering he just got a base kill. This base is still not done. And yeah, the 4th base, or rather the 3rd, is going to be retaken. +2 ground weapons in the way. Storm coming in. Creature actually at a pretty good position. He just has to be cautious on where he takes his next engagements, and he should be fine. All right. Okay, we're starting to get some saturation up there. I like the 20. That's actually pretty calculated. 4th base being taken on location from Pure Legacy. In the north, like right up here. As this engagement goes on. Oh, boys are getting pulled. Trying to buy time, but guess what? The target firing's beautiful. That's actually a bit of a throw of units, or sorry, workers for Pure Legacy. Creature has to be careful though. But you know what? If he can keep this alive just enough and get enough damage, he is starting to chisel away some of the Marauders. The 3 Colossi actually trading out pretty well because that was 20 workers. Immortal even still fighting. Charge a lot follow-up is looking very good for Creature. Pure Legacy with the army supply lead, some of its Vikings though. And you know what? The Colossi falling right there. It's an Immortal and some Zealots, but that whole mineral line was pulled. Immortal putting some pressure on this as well. This little paltry force doing all right, but he needs to retreat. Oh, we get some target firing with the Immortal. As crazy as it sounds, medevacs have a low energy, so this could actually be quite the push from our Protoss player, dealing more damage and getting right the hell on top of this. More and more energy being drained from these medevacs, and more and more pressure put on the 3rd base of Pure Legacy, losing more workers. Oh, Immortal. I don't really agree with that recall. That was definitely going to go down. If you're going to lose it anyway, don't risk it. You may need it for some kind of push, counter push, but the army supply is not too crazy. Pure Legacy killing more rocks across the map so he can maneuver a little quicker in that what he cannot drop. There's no drop defense for Creature, so he needs to catch this army. Only 1 Colossi out, another going to pop in a second. He's got some Archons, he's got some charge loss. Battery overcharge is activated, but the cannon falls. And no blink follow-up. It's hard to at this. He's lost 2 bases 2 times, but I think he's getting some good trades overall, I'd say. As he caught a lot of workers forcing boys pulls from Pure Legacy. I don't think Pure Legacy had to pull the boys right there, honestly. It actually cost them quite a bit. Let's take a look at losses. Pretty even. Though no base was down, it was enough worker loss that certainly impacted things for Terran players. Going to a Ghost Academy. And I believe this is +3 ground weapons for a Protoss with his second forge, coming down a lot later than it probably should have. But considering he lost 2 Nexus, had to cancel on his 4th, and lost his 3rd, that was rough. He is going for a 5th base behind it, which I like, because he's got to anticipate Pure Legacy could be. And he does have the income to do this. It's floating a bit for warping units, and he does have Storm available, though. He's just trying to buy time. He keeps debating this. A Storm can be certainly peeing in Pure Legacy's cornflakes. Lose too much for a Nexus? Yeah, he did, but if you look, he was floating there for a bit, too. I don't hate the 5th. I know it sounds crazy, but he wants to get in a position where he's still ahead economically, and his base is mine out. I think Ranger. How you doing, Ranger, by the way? Alright, we got some Archons warping in, and yeah, if the base is going to come down, Pure Legacy should be able to put some pressure on, but the Protoss army looking pretty good now. No Blink, another Robo in production. Still, I think Blink's always useful at the late game, too. You start getting enough ground units. He's only got, like, you know, just regular Stalkers. No, he eked out Blink. Apologies. Somewhere in there, he eked out Blink. I didn't see it, but he's going in toward a planetary with Zealots, which is not always good. He's going to try to get some vision to see what our Terran player is doing, though. Okay, he's splitting off forward. Zealot putting pressure on the unfinished command center and trying to delay it. He's going to do a good job there. There's a stare down in the middle of the map for both armies. We got some disruptors. The Vikings are very injured, and there's only a few. This is where a Storm's not... Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The EMP eating, that is not great for Protoss. We only have 1 shield battery. Battery overcharge is activated. Well, the Archon's going to make its way back to the other side. Our Terran kind of setting up to get a maneuver. But he could jibate into the other side. Oh, those Colossus getting good hits. The Disruptor catches some high value. And there we have it, folks. I think Protoss is trading a little bit more efficiently here, to say the least. At this point, it's getting chiseled away up. Oh, yeah, blink forward, a ballsy move, but he catches a Marauder too. And, man, he's depleting medevacs, killing medevacs. Being a little too, yeah, just a smidge too aggressive. Gonna go back, retreat to the shield battery to heal some of these units. And the 5th base was safely taken behind this. We are gonna see a 5th CC go down for Pure Legacy, and 6 Nexus going down for Creature. Okay, we're starting to get into shields upgrades too for Protoss. Ghosts or not. Well, you have your shields. Quite good. And in this army comp, I don't really see any ghosts. It's Marine Marauder. This base is certainly going to be contested if Pure Legacy can sniff it out. He might have seen the probe go up. I think he's going to defend this base, which isn't a planetary yet. We're going to see a drop attempt. No. Indecision from Pure Legacy. He's going to posture up and around here, maybe. If he goes to Zelnaga. Funnily enough, we've not seen any Watchtower taking this game, really. But there is a nice little warping in the main base. Nothing there for workers, but he's going to force some snipes from the Ghost even and getting a little bit of damage. Lots of workers going down for Terran, however. And a Disruptor is going to connect and catch a lot of units. 23 workers and a good catch on units is quite good for Creature. Creature put up a great fight here. Some beautiful blanket EMPs and Storms. Extended Thermal Lance Colossus coming in. Pure Legacy looks like he's in some trouble. Creature just has the soup. And he's going to take game number 2. Very, very good game, to say the least. Well played by both players. All right. Got our game number 3 coming up. Pure Legacy versus Creature. This is a map I don't really match up. I really don't cover every day. All right, here we are. Score is 1-1 and on Stargazers. The upper right-hand corner. Give it up for our blue Terran player. It is Pure Legacy from NFS. And his opponent in the upper left. Give it up for Creature from Root Gaming in the red. Curious to see what these guys do. Do we see any cheeky play at Stargazers? More than likely, we're just going to see Pure Legacy take his back base, as you usually do as Terran on this map. And we 9 out of 10 times see it at this level. But I'm curious to see what the play is. Are we going to see more Blink? Are we going to see more Stargate out of Creature? What's going to be the builds out of these guys? It was interesting to see a 3 Rex get shut the hell down. All right, 1 second. All right, excuse me, folks. There we are. Right back at it. Gonna have a little harass of the probe from Monami SCV. But Creature is... No, he's not gonna find much value in the delay. Pure Legacy's still gonna get his CC down just fine. Not forced out of place or anything. Probe takes some hull damage. Cybercore not done yet, and Reaper's on the way out. Which means... we have a little bit of a... I think we're going to have a little bit of a problem for a minute for the probes. Because Reaper Man's making his way out there. Depth should come out somewhere in here, but feels a little behind here for some reason for our Protoss player. He's going Stargate. Welcome, Raven. Ryan Fish, thank you for the Prime sub. I could not hear that. I hope that didn't come through. Could you hear the audio? I couldn't on my end, so... But thank you so much. I got stuff set up a little differently for DreamHack. But later on, we will be on to normal Dave. Normal Dave stream. 4-bit. Thank you so much for the Prime subscription. All right, we're going to see a 1-1-1 from Pure Legacy. And yeah. Two Adepts are out. I believe Pure Legacy. Let's just take a look real quick. Did he see that? No, he did not scout the Stargate. He's certainly going to anticipate it with 2 Adepts. Because you know it's going to be one of 2 things usually. There's the third possibility, but I doubt it. Would be Stargate or Dark Templar. Or, well, Stargate, Dark Templar, Charge Lot Opener, or the rarity of Glaive. Resonating Glaives. Alright, let's see what's going on here. And yeah, we got to do a little zooming out here. Phoenix is not going to scout this just yet, and push is happening. It's 2 Adepts to defend for the moment. Another Phoenix in a pop. Shield battery's out at least, but a little rough. Probe's getting a little ring around the rosies game going, but 5 already fallen. Nice splits, but a little late. Phoenix is going to go retreat, but there's nothing to defend back here. We got 3 Phoenixes, but there's still going to be a Hellion, and I hope this isn't my ISP. All right. Got some serious damage going on. Serious damage. "16 probes did fall." All right. Well, Creature's certainly looking in a bad position this game. He's lost a ton of workers, going in for a Warp Prism. There's going to be a Cloak Banshee opener, and he's going for a Warp Prism. What a mad lad on a Stargate opener. That's some cojones right there. And one shield battery in the front. Yeah, it's not going to be much to defend against this. He's got to hope he catches the Banshee, which he won't. Not so professional Dave mode. What are you on about? I got my mother texting me in the meantime of this. Pro mode or not, I'm slightly got to start taking care of some business. As I've said, and we're finally going to do some. Banshee's going to be so annoying, and well, we have nothing coming out of the robotics facility, so the second Banshee's going to be caught, though. Does he go down? Oh no, that was clutch cloaking from Pure Legacy. Everything's going to be jumped on, but the Cloak Banshee going to be a huge annoyance in this. I don't know from all the micro of how aware our Protoss player is of this, but this is actually getting a lot of value otherwise. But again, the Cloak Banshee going to be annoying, getting workers on the other side of the battery helping because it's only one. Banshee runs out of cloak on this side. We're gonna. What are we going to see in production here? Does Creature take it? Like, we're starting to see the 311 follow-up behind it, but there's, like, slow zealots. This is just a crazy push. It almost reminds me of a Haas kind of play. Phoenix is picking up the Marines, and more slow zealots warping in. So many workers going down on both sides, nothing in production. Phoenix is going to go to greet the Banshee. This game is nuts. This reminds me of Haas. This certainly reminds me of a hostile play. It's 2 bays, Phoenix, slow zealot, adept. He's just throwing units out of the oven. But again, the problem is that Banshee didn't even need anything. 19 workers falling, but not a lot for Protoss. Creature ahead on workers for the moment. Just now getting an observer. And the slow zealot's trying to get some damage. A Hellion coming out from Pure Legacy. Medevac's going to be a bit of a problem. Guess what? There's Phoenix's. Missile turret's going to be helpful as well. But all the production's up here for Terran. Okay, I guess he's going to have to boot scoot and boogie back. But our Protoss player is in a position where he's cleaning this up with a narrow lead on workers. When does this happen, folks? We do have mules from our Terran, of course. Fantastic, fantastic mules. Good unit. He's killed... Well, yeah, he's off the tech lab for the starport. Going to be more medevacs and more bio. Stem is going to finish up. That's going to be a problem for these Phoenixes, but there's no combat shields. It certainly aids the cause in the Protoss fight, despite the medevacs. GG is called. Damn, that could have went either way. What a crazy game. Probably one of the best PVTs I've seen in a minute. Very good stuff. All right. See what we got going on here on our next game. Definitely some spicy ones. So now, that truthfully could have went either way. All Creature had to do is build an observer and a Phoenix behind it, because he was building just zealots. He could have done it, and he would have had it. That's so disappointing for him. But Pure Legacy sure loving it. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice. In the blue, give it up for Pure Legacy. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Rude Gaming, coming in with a cheeky counter response in game number 2, 3. It was Creature. It is Creature. Oh my god. What a tongue twister from games and some little nuisances here going on my end. So we're doing fine. On to the next one. That was a very cool game. And we're just going to see a gas scout from Protoss. Pure Legacy just setting up here. We'll see what we find out in Tropical Sacrifice. Pure Legacy takes this game. He advances on to the semifinals. And we shall see how things go in the qualifiers. And yeah, let's see what's going on with the harass. All right, we got a little bit of stuttering going on here. I don't think that probe's going to do much again. More of the same as we've seen in previous games. This probe's actually taking a lot of hull damage. Fortunately, it is a core first opener for Mr. Creature. And this map's got not the most rush distance, so there's a little bit more time to get this adept out. Reaper is going to find its way across the map, however. And yeah, we'll see from there what happens. We shall see what happens. Reaper finding his way up on the high ground. Grenade's gonna go off. Oh, and a probe is saved for the moment. There is a save probe. It's gonna be another Stargate opener from Creature, who hasn't been finding so much luck against the Reaper Hellion defense, however, but does have the adept back go toward the natural. Wait, what's he doing? Okay, never mind. Works out fine for him. The adept shades back and is doing a little bit of okay. Doing a little bit of you know what I mean. Alrighty. Starport follow up. Marines on the way. Just a 1-1-1. My gosh. What is going on here, folks? Bear with me. I am thinking it is my ISP again acting up. Very unlucky. And this is going to be cleaned up quite a bit better for our Protoss player this game. He's lost nothing, but it's a different build and a different opener. For now, it's going to be the Cyclones and the Hellions. It's going to be Phoenix Colossus for a Creature this game. 100% he's taking the double gas. Bear with me while I'm trying to be mindful of some things. Do as much as I can and just in hopium that I don't lose the internet here. Yeah, Creature is quite a good name, Tater Tutor. And he's a pretty good player. Alrighty. Phoenix is grouping out. Have to be a little careful. This game is going to be Vikings and Cyclone opener. Actually, just one. Yeah, it's two Cyclones again. Seen this build before out of Pure Legacy earlier on. Have a little chisel in here. Like Creator, but better. Well, Creator, also a very good player. Okay, it's going to be the Immortal follow-up. Good response during the tank pressure and everything to follow. He scouted this. He knows what's coming. 4 racks down from Pure Legacy and the 3rd CC. We're going to see the 5th come down as well after. He's not as much in a rush, I think, this game. He's going to put some pressure on, maybe. But nothing too crazy just yet. Actually, he's going to play a little more defensively. Phoenix is going to pick up a couple Marines for later in the game. He's going to get out with no damage. Yeah, he's going to get away from the Vikings. The Observer may be scouted. Nope, it is not. Pure Legacy has not seen this. Observer going to keep an eye on the 3rd base. Phoenix is going to catch a few workers, though. Nice catches, but he has to be careful not to be too greedy. We do have one very injured Phoenix, another taking some hull damage. And he's going to GTFO. Nice catches from our Protoss player. Trade's looking way better for him. He's lost absolutely nothing this game. Well, I say that and the Observer goes down, but still. Very good opener from our Protoss player. Secured his 3rd base. He's got double gas saturation on his 3rd as well. So 6 gases down for that Phoenix Colossus play. First forward coming down, but we are going to see Stim, Combat Shields, and Concussive come down. A lot of Marauders potentially for our Terran player. Oh boy. And your friend named her girlfriend Creature. Duck Cuddler, you know somebody with a pet named Creature. That's pretty funny. I've never met anybody with a dog or cat or animal named Creature. Personally. Okay, we got a Templar Archives going down with the charged extended thermal lance Colossus follow-up in +1. I do like it. It is a good stuff. A good. And yeah. Oh, come on. Let's see here. Phoenix is getting some good value on units, but we are going to start seeing some fall. They've been pretty good MVPs this game. 4th base going down for Creature, which I don't hate because he's getting a good size army, a higher tech army. Going into Blink, getting some Archons, got the charge lots, has the Sentry out, and is pumping out those Immortals still. Phoenix is ever present on the map. Did they catch this push, though? How this is a little disjointed. We shall see what happens, yeah. Oh no, the base is exposed for a moment. The Phoenix is all the way on the other side of the map. The army gonna take a while to go. Forced to cancel on that 4th base for a Protoss player. Now he's starting to get some troops in, and the Phoenixes are eventually gonna come into this. But he has to be careful. Okay, Vikings are split up a bit. Vikings do get target fired, but he doesn't want to lose these Phoenixes just yet. Catches the Cyclone, cleaning up some of the bio. Oh, this is a beautiful advance for Creature. Are we going to a 5-game series here? I'm not saying it's just over like that. He's taking his 4th base. He's chasing it down, but he's got the advantage. He's going into +2. +1 infantry armor going down for our Terran player. He's building a 4cc at his 3rd. And actually, Ghost Academy is out, but we don't have Enhanced Shockwave just yet. It wasn't at the timing. The little damage that was provided by the Phoenixes earlier was quite nice for Creature. He's just being patient, letting the Disruptors join the fight, and oh. Nova. Oh, does catch 2 Marauders. Not like a huge catch, but that certainly helps out in the fight. More Marauders away from Medivacs are going to fall. Boys are pulled, and goddamn, Purification Nova is still on cooldown, but we're seeing a lot of pressure here. The Ghost Academy could even fall. Vikings in mass production. It's a double Starport Viking, and these SCVs are not going to do anything. We're going into game number 5. Let's go. Very good stuff. Excellent work from Creature in game number 2. Damn, this is a 5-game series. We're going to wait for game number 5. I'm assuming others are waiting on lobbies. But I have to close out of some stuff here. Hey, thanks for following. Slowly Walling. And I already know who you are, Mr. Banovator. Hey, Pilly Pilly. Yeah, we got. I'm sure we have our Terrans in chat and our Protoss players in chat going against this. Pilly, I'm with you. Creature is a monster. I'm trying to stay unbiased here. Pure Legacy's a little bit of a beast too. We're not putting any Pure Legacy memes in today even. That's how much I'm attempting to be professional. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out in the blue. Give it up for NFS's Pure Legacy. And his opponent in the upper right, representing Root Gaming. Can he take game number 5? It is Creature in the red. All right, let's see what we got going on here, folks. More shenanigans, no real cheese. A crazy game number 3 we had, where Creature just looked dead, and then he came in like full hostile. Hoss mode. Showing the inner creature that he is, pun intended, with Phoenix, Slow Zealot, Warp Prism, Adept. You just name a unit, and he was, whatever he could build, he was warping in while Cloaked Banshees were fighting on the other side. Thank you, Ranger. I appreciate the kind words. Guys, usually I cast at the last minute, and I'm extremely exhausted. As many of you know, I have a lot going on in life right now, so things have been impacting my casting. I'm trying my best. Let's hope for some ESL stream casting again for the regionals. But thank you very much. All right, SCV going on out for a little Scouterino. There is none coming from Creature. He's just going to set up, going for the best. He's going for a Zealot. This may end up... Okay, we got the CC going down. Zealot opener against the guy that's been going Reapers every game. And the builds are seeming a little more predictable from Pure Legacy, I feel like. He did sneak in 1 3-racks, but it was well scouted by our Protoss player. A little delayed Nexus, with that said, and kind of indicating he's going Stargate. That he is. He's going to have a faster Oracle. Is going to be a 1-1-1, however, from Pure Legacy. So he should be fine in defense, but still getting out a quicker Stargate could be nice. He's changing it up a little bit here, Creature, with the double gas opener and the Zealot. Again, yeah, Zealot's still going to buy some time for sure. Does get a little extra damage. Oh, the grenade actually helps the cause a little bit. Zealot going to just go push in, and well, we have a high ground CC. The Zealot forced all this, a bunker and everything else. So things are going to kind of normalize a little bit in terms of time of the later Nexus, of course. And, well, with Warp Gate out too. Still going to have the Oracle. No, he's going Phoenix. Oh, buddy, usually you get the quick Oracle. That's a little bit of a meta game, I feel like. That made its way in. You couldn't ask for a better opener. The Zealot being annoying. Aiding the cause. And you know what? 2 workers fall with a full, well, not a full scout, but a partial scout. Let's just take a look at what Creature saw right here. Sorry, Creature saw right here. He didn't see the tech lab on the factory, so he's not 100% sure what the follow-up is. But from how Pure Legacy's been playing, he certainly can do this. Smile, nah, I'm sure we all want Creature to win. I'm trying to be polite, guys. I will say Pure Legacy is banned from certain tournaments I participate in. So I think the ban still stands for the Chicken Mantesta Opens as well. I've had him in mind, but Yeah, we all know what's going on there. Oh, Reaper is going to find some value. Oh, shield battery just helping. Probes coming in clutch. One long distance going to be a bit of a nuisance. But guess what? The Phoenix is going to save the day for a moment. As one Adept still postures out in front of the natural. Phoenix is going to clean up the Reaper. Though it does eliminate some energy. And the build is scouted from our Terran player. I believe it is anyway. It's safe to assume it's Phoenix Colossus. This is going to be a little bit earlier aggro, I think, from our Terran. He may just be going for the Adept. But I don't know why he's pulling everything back. Phoenix is going to come out. It's only 3, though. I don't know about pushing with 3 Phoenixes. Ooh. Ooh, we had a little disjointed chrono boost here. A little bit late. Very happy to see a bunch of you here. Smile, Pilly, Ranger, Alexandros. The usuals, Chaos Cultist, and Duck Cuddler. The cuddler of ducks. I've never met anybody who likes ducks so much. And the most literal Twitch chatter there is, the fisherman. Alrighty. Combat shields on the way, and we are going to see more Phoenixes. No Colossi just yet. No third base just yet. You always have a delayed third base, but surprised we're not seeing a pylon getting postured out. We're just getting some presents. It looked like a Phoenix may have went down when I just missed it. Yeah, that was one Phoenix falling right behind that. We heard the death, but did not catch the animation. How's my obs doing, guys? All seriousness, would like your feedback. My obs usually sucks, and some of it is to do with the fact of how I'm sitting. Mouse is fine, and posture and desk and all that. First Colossus coming out. Extended thermal lance on the way. No third base still. I mean, it's not uncommon to have the 6-minute, 6-ish in timing third, but would like to see it to start come up soon because this is an expensive build. It's kind of like when you see the 2-base carrier memes, you know, they're just kind of meh and PVZ. Anyway, in our Terran front, 3 Cyclones out, 3rd CC gonna finish. You prefer life with a dash of scuff. Excellent. Very excellent. All right. And as we go on, third base is going to go down a bit for both players. 3cc build from Pure Legacy again. He has stim, he has combat shields, he's waiting on +1 and concussive shell, which makes us very strong. Shield battery not quite done, but it should be done. Yeah, it's going to finish up right before, but the Nexus is not going to be there for battery overcharge. An Immortal, a Sentry, some Stalkers, and some Phoenixes are going to be all he has with some Zealots. Charge is a far cry away, but he's going to use them as part of the army for some tanking potentially. Guardian Shield activated is a brilliant call. 2 of the Cyclones picked up and absolutely destroyed. Oh man, slow Zealots tanking the concussive, tanking the damage, and the Phoenix is going to try to jump onto this, picking up a Marauder, killing the Cyclone. This is a great attack from our Protoss player. Pure Legacy's down on supply, pulling boys, losing workers. He just does not have an army out. There's a lot of Protoss on the front doorstep, and this is looking over. GG. Best of luck. And Pure Legacy wishing his opponent luck as Creature. I almost said Creator. Oh, Creature advances in the series. Very, very cool stuff. So that is it. Protoss made a swift end in a game 5. These guys gave us a good series, to say the least. I don't want to ruin anything, but I'm doing this. You guys may not know. All right, so a winner of this Creature versus Maple semifinals. Give it a couple minutes to catch up. And let me see what's going on. Let's see what else. Okay. So, well. That's it, I believe. Preacher has qualified. Maples has qualified. Waiting on Nina and Tiello. And Dolan. Yeah, it's going to be Dolan. Dolan is qualified. There we go, folks. Well, I'm going to have a normal stream after, I'm sure. But it looks like we've wrapped up here. I just was verifying. Thank you guys for the good turnout. We have some notable people in here. I'm sure players were looking ahead. Very well played. I'm sorry to some of you that I didn't catch, even if you're a big streamer person or something, but we got some good series, all around good games, and we're looking forward to the closed qualifiers. Congratulations to everybody that has qualified so far. I think we're going to go on to raid somebody. I'll be back on later. You know me. I'm sure I will. If I'm smarter, I'll take care of other business. But it looks like the winner of TLO and Nina is going to go advance. See how the game's looking. 1256. Oh. I'm getting a little goofed up here, just verifying if we're still on. If not, I'm going to go raid out. Yeah, Nina versus